おはよ
早いよ。
う。ごめん。今日は忙しい。忙しい。
そうなの？
まず竹を切る。そして草が長いから草刈りをする。次は花を取る。
なんで？
花瓶に入れるから。
なんで？
入り口に置くから。
そっか。
そして田んぼで働く。
本当に忙しいね。起きる。
次の日、ここに入力して。
何を？
名前を。
なんで？
ガーデン雑誌に私たちの庭を出す。
なんで？
私たちの庭が綺麗だから。
有名になりたくないよ。
アンディは有名にならないよ。庭が有名になる。
Welcome to the Lesson 20 Kanji live stream, everyone. Hope you're doing well. Happy December.
はい、みんなようこそ。もう12月ですね。
やだよ。早い、2025年。
ねえ、もう終わっちゃうの。
Already finished? I guess that's over on me. Hi. The reason Yuki brought that up is because people were mentioning that they couldn't believe it's already almost 2026. Today, instead of a normal picture, it's an advertisement. The 2026.
はい、コマーシャルです。
The 2026 calendar is up on ToKiniAndy.com, as well as the Mame Imo winter wallpaper, which you can see right here. That's what we got. For you for the winter wallpaper over on the site. For those who don't know what Mame Imo is, that is the manga that Yuki and her friend Himiya are drawing for the website.
はい。
Gosh says he's cramming snacks for dinner like cramming for a test. いいね。俺も欲しいな。I have Japanese Genki lesson 1 to 5 exam tomorrow. I'm so happy for your videos. I hope that they've been helpful. Good luck on the test. I'm sure you'll do fine.
ねえ、そうか、今週末か。
いや、JLPT じゃなくて、普通に明日試験があるらしい。
そうなんだ。わあ、頑張ってください。
Super lurking in the background. Come to Japan Dan is working on the Satori Reader support video that we filmed last week right now. So he's not going to be with us too much today. I refuse to believe it's December. Just ignore the snow outside. It's actually really warm here. Yesterday was like, I don't remember Fahrenheit anymore, but like 15, 16 degrees Celsius, which is really warm for December in Nagano.
変ですよ。
ね。
ちょっとね、あったかすぎだよね。
I'm happy about it, but it is a little weird. I forgot to put wax in my hair today. Completely. Very busy morning. Feel like I'm not ready, but that's okay. We'll do fine. Just found your channel, and I'm too grateful for you too. Thank you so much.
ありがとうございます。
Arizona. Welcome to the channel. This is my first time being in the live stream. I'm excited to practice my kanji. Welcome, Radio Gumdrop.
Oh.
We got like about 5 inches of snow last night. Enough for a snow day for the kids. Nice. Enjoy that. I hope that they are having fun in the snow.
いいね。もう雪が降ってるね、そちら。
I'm listening to this while doing my College Genki 1 Lesson 3 homework. I'm so excited. Welcome. Good luck on that. Hopefully you got the moss form down now. Never actually caught a stream before. Pretty cool. Welcome, Aaron.
みんなようこそ。
I hope you enjoy your time here. 今日の気温は30度? Is that Celsius?
違うでしょ。F でしょ。
Oh, F? Okay. So minus. Us too. Tam Halster. Yo, what's up? Recently finished Your Genki 1 playlist. Welcome to the stream. Fraxinus E7Y. I hope you found it helpful. Thank you for stopping by.
ねえ、みんなようこそ。今日はしっかり見ていきますんで。
We are having a good morning. Thank you very much, Cameron. I hope you are having a good evening or morning wherever you are. My first stream, I'm working on lesson 10 in Genki 1 with my teacher. Nice, Kaishin. I hope you're finding the Genki lessons helpful. It's 1:30 a.m. here in Germany. Thanks for stopping by anyway. I'm on vacation and can finally catch a stream. Oyasumi nasai. Oyasumi nasai.
Oyasumi nasai.
5 inches is a snow day. Back in my day, we walked through snow drifts uphill both ways and strong winds, and shoes hadn't been invented yet. Shoes hadn't been invented yet. Goshi is 1,000 years old. 30 Celsius. 暑い。30 Celsius. いいな。
マジでセルシアスの方
Nice, nice.
夏じゃん。
Hi. Yes, indeed. Japan Get, welcome to the stream. Good to see you. Yes, please hit the like button. It helps push this live stream out to others who might be interested in checking it out. So, the first thing we do on these live streams is we always pull out the good old pumpkin. Oh, wait, no. It's not Halloween anymore, so it's just a pumpkin today. And we go...
Thanksgiving も終わったね。
Yes, yes. And in here, you'll see we have literally hundreds of cards now. Well, I can't even pull them out. There's so many. Let's see. We can show you. We'll go over there. Just full of cards. And these are all of the words. Oh, you can see that one. That we've learned so far in this series together. And we pull out one at a time and we drop it onto the board here. And what we want you guys to do is we want you to tell us the word. So you write out the word either in hiragana, katakana, or romaji if you're unable to type in kana yet. So let me put this over here. And then we it's like a quiz. We see who gets first place, and whoever gets first place gets bananas, as usual. Yes, that is correct. More of a blessing, that was aka. Indeed.
もう見えてるから
I
ね。
still have pumpkin pie. Send some over here. I could go for some snacks and pumpkin pie for sure. Do utsu? Yeah, no. I can't even write utsu anymore. I used to be able to write it pretty well, but I haven't written it in years, so no can do. So yes, we're going to jump right into the quiz because we have a lot of words we're going to be going over today. Hopefully it'll be helpful for some of you guys who are working towards the JLPT. Oh, also big announcement. I don't know if it's big or not. Tonight for us, so tomorrow morning for most of you, I'm going to be releasing an interesting video that Alex, one of the Alexes in chat, suggested to me quite a while ago. And that is the N5, the complete N5 tier list. So I go through every single grammar point on the N5 and I rank them based on how much effort it's worth putting into them from early on. So if they're easy to learn and very, very useful, I put them up at the top. And if they're, useful, but like maybe you don't need to put so much effort into them because they're pretty rare on the test or just, maybe not the thing you need to be putting all your effort into right away. Those are down at the bottom of the tier list. And then I summarize them all. So I go over every single grammar point in like a little summary and rank them. So that is coming out in about, 12-ish hours, maybe a little less, 10 hours. Hopefully some of you will find it useful for the test if you need like a quick review of grammar points for N5, even N4. And hopefully it'll be interesting. It starts a little slow because I'm getting my grips with the format, but by the like 15 minutes in, it's pretty fun. I think I enjoyed it. So hopefully you'll find that helpful. That's coming out later. So let's go ahead and jump into the quiz. There's an awesome gift right before the exam. Says Gaijin Historian. I hope you'll find it helpful. Take form number 1. It's pretty high up there. I'll give you the netabare. What is that called? Netabare in English is spoiler. That'll be interesting. All the uses of te. Yeah, there's so many. Looking forward to it. Sounds good. Thank you. All right. The first word on our quiz is from Yuki.
じゃーん。
Ooh. That's a good one.
ふむ。
A ball child.
Ball child ね。
久しぶり Rachel, the artist. 間に合ってきた。よかったです。Long time no see.
ようこそ。
Hope you're doing well. My voice is weird today. What is going on?
キャピバラさん。いいですね。1番、キャピバラさん。カムトゥジャパンダン。2番、ゴシ、3番。ありがとうございます。
Japan Get is clapping for whoever was in first place. Capybara, I guess. So we're going to give you a banana. Oh, I can't get them to pop up. Never mind.
このイングリッシュ漢字ボタンから。
無理。
あ、そうなんだ。
あ、ここからか。Bananas. That's a nattoku. There we go. All right. Montana Margo is in 4th place. Nice job.
Hi.
Japan Gets given out the bananas. Almost. Olji is a little bit different. Nick Slasher. This is tamago.
Hi.
Tamago. And that is egg. And by the way, this is the one that is used for the food. Eggs that are eaten. There's a different kanji, a single kanji used for tamago. That's usually the more scientific term that's used for like, eggs that aren't eaten. But anyway, that's that one. That was a tough one to get started. Maybe I'll pull out an easier one. We'll see. I'm not gonna check.
ちなみに私たちの昨日の夕ご飯は、sunny side
up ね。はい、okay, there's the first one. This is the name of a mountain. These are just hiragana. There's no only the last one is the kanji that you have to remember for this word. I'm sure most of you have heard this before. I'm guessing. So let's see how you do. Well, I put the wrong kanji for tamago in my personal deck. No. It's probably not wrong. Because the normal... I don't even know if I can write tamago anymore. I think it's something like... do I have a dot here? A dot, and then...
One harai.
And then one in the middle, ne? Oh, but I have to put that there and then one in the middle, ne?
Two harai です。わかる?
Yeah, 全然. But anyway, yeah. So that one is also tamago, but it's a little bit more scientific, right?
Cool.
Oh, you put that first. Oh, yeah. It looks like a G. Cool. Right. I forgot about that one. See, I haven't written that kanji in many, many years. Thank you so much, Japan Get, for gifting memberships to Sarah, Cameron, Olzhins, Iderdaneta, and Duff McWhalen.
ありがとうございます.
Some of you haven't spoken in chat yet, but now you've been found out. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. Thanks so much, Japan Get. Appreciate that. There it is. Yeah. Serious Mike.
ありがとう、ジャパンゲット.
Thank you. Jutsu Gaming says.
みんなコメントしていいんだよ.
Anyway, so a bunch of you have answered the kanji, and I haven't called out your names yet. There's so many answers. Hold on. Leanthus 1828 is in first place with Montana Margaret. We're going to give you that in second place. Fraxinus in third. Fujiyama is not the name of it, sadly. Capivara is third place with Extrax Arizona. That's actually not the one. Goshi, fourth place. Excellent job. Serious Mike 90 in fifth place. Montana Margot, you were fine. Radio Gumdrop in sixth. Kaishin Bandi in seventh. And I think that's it. Yeah. So often when mountain is used at the end of a name, it's read as san. So Fuji Mountain or Mount Fuji is Fuji-san. And many people, even Japanese kids, always think it's the san is like an Andy-san or Yuki-san. But it's not. It's just how you read the kanji. Mountain when it's in the name. There you go. 8th place for Century-san.
Gem banana.
There you go.
Gem nana.
Thanks for passing out the bananas, Japan Get. Appreciate that.
はい、いくぞ。Gem.
Ooh, that one's not too hard, I don't think.
これはポライトさんがつかないやつですね。違うカレンシーがつくやつですね。
Julian Harrison 7193 says, "Hello, working through Genki and taking my first trip there in March. That's exciting. The lessons have been lifesavers. You guys are so helpful." Thank you so much, Julian. I'm glad to hear that they've been helpful.
ありがとうございます。
Oh, we got our first answer.
はい。海進バンディさんが1番です。カピバラ2番、Fraxinus 3番、ラディオガムドロップ。
ラディオね。
惜しい。ラディオガムドロップさん惜しい。術ゲーミングさん。
Close, but no.
惜しいぞみんな。ジュリアン・ハリソンさん。OK、4番です。ジュリアンさん4番。ノンニー5番。合ってるね。レイジーベア、アレックス、6番。いいですね。
You can see counting is Yuki's specialty.
さあ、ちょっと読めない。サルマジェレイ、サルマジャ
十分です。
ごめんなさい。7番です。サルマジャさん7番。モンタナマーゴ。
Good luck,
惜しい。モンタナマーゴ惜しい。
ゾラー。
どこ
ゾラー。
はい、ゾラーさん。惜しい。ちょんちょんがない。
レディオガムドロップ。
8番です。レディオガムドロップいいですね。サラ・デロニーさん。いいですね。9番。 難しい。
Dark blue.
ダークブルー。
あ、俺は名前を呼んでユキが数えてくれ。
D4RK じゃない。
Dark
これ
blue.
薄すぎ。
何番ですか？
10番です。
はい、Aaron McTeer。
エロン・マクティアが、11番です。
Okay, trick question. The answer is Machimaru, which sounds like a good name for a cat.
難しいな。
ゴシが12番。おめでとうございます。あ、I'll give you this one. Just happened to come out.
ありがとうござ
This
い
is
ま
not a
す。
trick question.
デ
And
ロ
it's
に
not
ね。
sung. 早い Capybara is in first place with Leontes in second, Kaishin Bundy in third, Twisterella in fourth place, Zolar in fifth place, Jutsu Gaming in sixth place, Salamanji Jalil in seventh, Radio Gumdrop in eighth, Nonni in nine, Julian Harrison in 10th, and Nick Slasher, that's the kanji, but we want the reading, but you still get 11th place. Excellent job. Dark Blue in 12th place, and Goshi in 13th. Montana Margo gets there as well in 14th place. Capybara must have fast internet. They're right in the other room, probably. I'm just kidding.
ヒドゥンルームに住んでんのね。
Good night, Controversus. Have a good one.
はい。
Thanks for stopping
お
by.
やすみ。あ
Sleep
りがとうございます。
Mountain says, come to Japan Dan. Nice job. The next one in our quiz is...
じゃん。
あれ?
これ、あれだな。Two
There's
answers
multiple
が
answers we can give to this. So I'll read out the names because some of these are really tough with the at signs. And you can count for us.
はい。
皆さん、こんにちは。
こんにちは。
Suitor or Tay Sutter.
タル。
The first is actually Jutsu Gaming.
はい。術ゲーミング1番。
We're going to give it to Kaishin as well. Kaishin Bundy.
カイシンボンディさん。
いいんじゃない?
まあそうですね。2番。いい。OK にしましょう。この答え。ゾラ。3番。
Salaman Jalil, I'm sorry.
惜しい。
Liantes also,
レア
maybe
テス
no.
も惜しい。ゴシいいですね。4番。
はい。
モンタナマゴ5番。サラマジャリー。サラマジャリーだね。
6番。
はい、6番。合ってる。危ない。読んでしまうところでした。ノンニいいですね。7番。レイジーウェアベア8番、いいグレートアンサーですね。ゾラも9番いいでしょう。
Excellent job. Okay.
素晴らしいみんな。
All right, number 6. No, this is number 6. Oh, this is an easy one. Maybe.
はい。
All right.
イージーワン、イージーワンのはず。あ、洗濯機ですね。
はいはい。
洗濯機ですね。
Weird noises going on around in the house. はい。Nick Slasher, you got...
これは TD があるかどうかでよって。
そうだね。ちょっと難しい。
TD.
Although in the dictionary, Nate, if you spell it without the small tsu, it will still come up. So I guess we'll give it to you all there. And we'll say that Nick Slasher is in first place with Controversus in second, Kaishin Bundy in third, Zolar in fourth, Twisterella in fifth. No, we can't really...
どうするんだ。
そうだね. You gotta have that small tsu in there, unfortunately. So Capybara, we're gonna give you fifth place there with Goshi in sixth, Rachel in seventh, Jay in eighth. We'll give Salma Jalil ninth place, Leantes 10th place, Radio Gumdrop. I'm sorry, that's not quite right, but close. Montana Margo, you got 11th place. Tay Sutter in 12th. Yeah, so for those of you who only had the one T, I gave it to you, but technically you want to have a small tsu in there.
そうですね。ここがダブル T だよね。
そうだね。Depending on the system being used. 3つ. So you have a mi and a small tsu and the tsu to get 3 items. But very good job overall. Okay, let's see what Yuki's is.
はい。ちょっとトリッキーワンでしたね。いくよ。あ、またイングリッシュ漢字に、イングリッシュ漢字でいいかな、これ。
顔にしようよ。顔じゃなくて。
漢字。
の漢字にしようよ。Oh, it's a good one.
お、はい。
We've actually already seen this one a couple times. Every time I see a tsu counter, I can't help but hear the ToKini 2 doing the 1つ、2つ、3つ、4つ、5つ。 つ6つ7つのやそれ123456789つはいcheating ごめんね says Conjurers very close Beat Saber is fun that is a reading of this kanji but we're not looking for the reading we're looking for the word
じゃあリアンタスが1番ですね、Twister Stella Twister Ella 2番サラマジャリー3番、会心ボンディ4番術ゲーミング5番カピバラ6番ビートサ
Saber is fun
ビートセイバー is fun、7番ゴシ8番 J
J J
9番、レディオガムドロップが、10番ですね、ノンにいいね
まあね
OK にしたいと思いますノンに11番
でモンタ
ナマーゴ12番
はい
ビーツサーセイバー
それが
OK これはミーニング
はい excellent job
はいいいみんないい感じ
はい golf clap You can get other small characters with X as well. You can indeed. All right, our next word is this one. I had to switch my username because I didn't realize it was my full name. Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
これ前回超難しかった感じですね。
Hi, Nick Slasher's in first. Whoa, wow, that's a lot of people popping up there. Oh my
い
goodness.
きなりコンペティティブ。
Nick Slasher's in first place with Twister Ella in second, Salam Jalil in third, Jutsu Gaming in fourth, Montana Margo in fifth, Noni in sixth place, Capivara in seventh place, Zolar in eighth place, Tay Sitter in ninth, Leantis in 10th, Beat Saber, that is the kanji indeed, but we need the word. J, that is 11th place, Kaishin Bondi in... Is that 13th place already?
そうか、そうだね。
And Goshi in 14th, Saber. Beat Saber is fun in 15th? Am I counting this right? I don't know. Serious Mike in 16th. Isaac Gomez in 18th. And Aaron M. Katir in 19th place, I think? Oh my goodness. Wow.
Oh.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Yeah, I definitely counted wrong.
Wow.
But there's 17 of you, so subtract one from your...
あらら。
wherever I went wrong, and that is your number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We've got 2 more words before we jump into the kanji for today. Thanks for participating, everyone. English kanji from Goshi.
じゃじゃん。
そうだね。雨。
みんないきなり
Lazy Bear gave us 雨。
読めたのかな。
Other than the shadowing offered on the website, do you have any recommendations for speaking practice? Also, number 19, that's practically first. Indeed. Super close. Super close. Are you Shori?
はい。Are you Shori さん惜しい。カピバラさん1番。リアンタス2番。J 3番。トゥイステラー5番。4番。ゾラ惜しい。レイジーウェアベア。5番、海進バンディ。
Close.
惜しい。
But not quite.
惜しい。アイザク・ゴメズかな。6番、ゾラさん。いいですね。ゾラさんいいです。7番。はい、術ゲーミング8番。
No idea, Dan. Maybe.
海進バンディさん。OK。海進バンディさん OK だね。
はい。Yeah, so this is... Oshogatsu,
Yeah.
which is New Year's. This is the word for New Year's. Oshogatsu. A little bit of a difficult one. You guys you did well though. You did well, everyone that gave it a shot. To answer the question of speaking practice, obviously something like Skype lessons. Well, Skype isn't a thing anymore really. Through like something like iTalki can be useful for getting speaking practice. Reading along with a book can be helpful. If you're on the website and doing the shadowing, trying to read along with the audio for the immersion section stories can be very, very helpful. Reading out loud is always good. Recording yourself, reading out loud can be good to see if you sound anything close to the actual recordings. That can be very helpful. Things like that.
モンタナマーゴ。惜しい。惜しい。ヨがスモールヨがいいですね。コントラバーサス いいと思います。8番かな。
SYO is what you want to type to get the small yo there. Hoping for compound words. Yeah. I don't think we have 弱肉教食 in N5 yet, but I don't think there's any yojijukugo in N5. But here you go. There's a 3 kanji word for you. Read a kid's book in Japanese and time yourself, then do it again and keep track of your time over a week or so. Whoa, that's tricky. Japanese kids' books can be very, very, very difficult because they're full of words you won't actually be able to find in dictionaries half the time because they're written in Japanese often.
And many onomatopoeia ですよね。
And many onomatopoeia, yeah. Yeah, the challenges, the practice challenges on the website are actually very good as well. Recording yourself for those. We check your pronunciation and all kinds of stuff on there. All right, first place is a lot of people again. Oh my goodness. Hi, Twisterella is in first place with Capybara in second. That is correct, right? Jutsu Gaming in third, Zolar in fourth, Nonni in fifth, Jay in sixth, Radio Gumdrop in seventh, Controversus in eighth, Goshi.
9かな Controversus.
Yeah, eighth this.
8th.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, eighth. Goshi in ninth, Matan-sama in super close but not quite. Isaac Gomez in 10th, Lazy Werebear in 11th, Taysooter in, we're going to give that to you, in 12th place. Matan-sama, there you go, you got 8th place. 13th place, Sarah in 14th place. Montana Margo in 15th. And arigato, Andy-san. I have to dip now. It was fun being part of the live, but it's bedtime. Oyasumi nasai. Aaron-san, thank you for stopping by.
Arigatou gozaimasu. Oyasumi nasai.
I really appreciate the immersion reading materials. Glad to hear it. Gotta take a shower. Bye. See you later, Capybara.
Hi.
Yeah, so kids' books.
お疲れ様です。
The funny thing about... That was the last one. That was actually a bonus one. No, that was the last one. The funny thing about kana only, so like Pokemon games, kids' books, the funny thing about those is it comes back around. So it starts out really, really hard if you've studied some kanji for like learners. You study some kanji, you find a book that's just kana, almost impossible for you to read. And that lasts for a while. And then it comes back around. Then eventually you've learned enough words to where you know which words are which. And then reading kana only books becomes super easy again. Like the better you get, the easier kana only books become. It's kind of a weird little unexpected thing. For kids, Japanese natives, that's obviously not the case, but... the N4 kanji deck is a challenge with words in partial kanji, part kana. Shigoto really messes up scanning. It was a good challenge. Yes, we took the approach of only showing kanji in the kanji deck that you know, so that you have to write out the kanji that you do know. Okay, gotta make dinner for the family. Enjoy the stream. Thanks for stopping by Japan Get and for passing out the bananas. Katakana is always hard though.
ありがとうございます。
I think katakana, I've finally gotten used to it. But it takes a while. Because you see a lot less of it, eh? Katakana. It's much, yeah, it's much less common. And it's always got like weird English words that you wouldn't say that way. And that like 30%, 20% of the time means something different than what you'd expect. And yeah. So katakana is hard for many different reasons. Eventually, you get used to it though. All right, guys. So today we have, how many words do we have for lesson 20? We've got, let's take a look. We'll go overhead Andy here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, right. It's the same page. Yokatta. Hi, those are our extra practice pages just in case.
Hi.
Oh, so that's 5 on the first page, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think there's 10. 10, 11. So there's 11 new words. Fortunately, a lot of those have like the same kanji. So for example, hana and kabin are the same kanji. So we'll be covering those together to keep things moving forward. For those of you who are here for the first time, the way we generally approach this is Yuki destroys my kanji.
Hi.
So I go ahead and write on the whiteboard how I think to write the kanji. And she gives me some tips to make it look nicer. Then we write it out with a brush pen, which is a nightmare every time, but still fun. And then what happens is you guys, who are members of the website and thus have access to the Discord, in the media share channel on our Discord, everyone shares, not everyone, but those who want to participate, share their attempts at writing the kanji, and then we we take a look at them for you. So if you're interested in participating and are a member of ToKiniAndy.com, make sure to get into the Discord and get your gold roll there. And you can share your kanji as well.
はい。
And we'll take a look at
お待ち
them.
しています。
I'm almost 10 months learning katakana and can't write them out. That's fine. I'm 13 years. And if you don't write fairly often, right, you often forget how to write them. I found out 3 or 4 years ago that I was writing shi wrong. So I was writing it too vertical. So people thought it looked like tsu, which is like that. And so we were writing out a form and the person was like, I was writing it and I wrote my name, which has a shi in it. But they asked Yuki to write it for me. Because my shi looked too much like a tsu. So, you know, katakana is always fun.
でも今は書けるね。
今は書ける。今は書けるね。Because of those videos where Yuki destroyed my katakana. And that's what these are for. Okay, so I usually only understand the katakana after reading the translation. Yeah, it happens. But you get used to it. It just takes time. My school didn't teach it at the same time as hiragana, so it was a little more difficult. Almost no one does. That's why I made that video. And I think it's helpful. It seems to be helpful. At least people are saying it's helpful. Learning katakana and hiragana as pairs. You know, you learn the katakana a, and then you learn it alongside, the hiragana a, and you learn them as pairs. Anyway, the first kanji for today. Let's go ahead and take a look at the skit to remind ourselves.
おはよ
早いよ。
う。ごめん。今日は忙しい。忙しい。
そうなの?
うん。
Okay, so the first kanji is going to be hayai. That's our first word. The kanji in hayai means early. So the word hayai can mean either early or fast, but the kanji that you learn for hayai in N5 is just the one that means early, so early in the morning. And that's the one we're going to be doing today. On top is a sun, and on the bottom is a 10. So we'll go ahead and see if I can write that nicely. I'm a little bit at a weird angle here, eh? I'm going to come to the middle, sorry.
はい。
I haven't written sun in a while.
いいよ。大丈夫だよ。いい。いいと思います。
If I were to do it again, I'd make the sun taller. But let's see what Yuki does.
そうだね。
100% lazy wear bear, that helps a lot. Yuki makes hers a little bit taller for sure.
こんな感じですかね。
Okay.
ちょっとだけこの短くても良いんですけど、
I see.
でもはっきり綺麗に描けてるのでいいと思います。全然変じゃない。バランスも別に悪くないです。
Okay, so she said you can make this a little bit shorter if you want, but there's nothing wrong with the one that I did. So I'm not gonna practice that one again. I don't think there's anything to worry about on that one. Instead, we're gonna have はい。
今アンディができてたから何も言わなかったんですけど、一応そのボックスのこのここの縦線にはここに火が来て、この線に沿ってこういうなんていうの、この10のこの下を書いた方がいいかなみたいな。
Gotcha. So for those of you who didn't understand, she said you want to keep the sun in the top and then follow the lines in a box that has the chichichits. Follow the lines for the other parts of the kanji.
まあちょっとツートールだったかな。
はい。
はい。
Okay, so we're gonna have Yuki write hayai first for our for this guy. You know what? I'm just gonna zoom in for us here.
はい。
Can we come a little bit more to the center? Or actually, you know what? I'll just do this. Nope, definitely got to be there. Hi, okay.
はい。
I'm actually just going to use her paper for this one.
あ、はい、どうぞ。
And see if I can make it look okay. It's always a struggle doing the first one of these in the morning. Thank you so much for becoming a ToKini Simpuki Audrey Robinson. I don't know if you're here at the stream or not, but if you are, thank you very much. Appreciate that. Your way of bilingual talking is really adorable. Thank you. In reality, we only do this way of speaking to each other during the live streams. So it's to get you guys some listening. And for those of you who don't know what she's saying yet, I translate. But in reality, we speak Japanese all the time, except for during meals, we try to speak English so that Yuki gets some practice as well.
はい。
Yeah,
I'm still practicing です。
I got it a little bit shorter than I wanted to at the end, but
でもいいと思います。
I'm pretty happy with that.
いい感じ。エントリーとエンディングも綺麗にできてるし、いいと思います。
That wasn't so bad for the morning starting of calligraphy.
そう、そのね、私昨日練習してたじゃないですか、これ。はい、私練習してたんですけど。
She practiced yesterday, she said.
始める前にやった方がいい筆のそのプラクティスみたいなチップがあって。
So she's got a little, for those, many of you here today, those of you who are here for the first time probably aren't, but many people here today are using brush pens as well along with us. So she has a little tip for when you start for the day practicing with your brush pens. And that is what she's going to show now.
そう、書き始める前にエクストラペーパーがあったらいいんですけど、こういう縦線のこういう練習したり、こういうのね。こう横もこういう練習したり、こう逆の練習したりする。あとこの
全然見えないんです。さすがアーティスト。
こういう脳の練習。こういうのね。こういう練習をちょっとすると結構筆とフレンドリーになります。
はいはい。So she said practicing these basic strokes before you get started can be very helpful in getting you sort of friendly with the brush when you get started. So your vertical strokes, your horizontal strokes, your no strokes. So regular no, backwards no when you slide out, doing little swirls like that. So doing that when you get started can be very helpful in getting started. Okay, so let's take a look at some of our students. That's fine. Some of our students who have submitted images on the site. We'll get first Montana Margot. So this is her practice for today.
ありがとうございます。
Many of the viewers are practicing along with us, so they haven't turned all of theirs in like Montana Margot has yet. That's my grandmother, by the way. So here's her hayai. That actually looks really good.
とってもいい感じ。すごくクリアにはっきり書けてるし、バランスもそんなに悪くないと思います。まあブラシペンだからその。あとはそうそう気持ちアップしたり、
そうだね。
エントリーつけたらエンディングもつける。この最初のファーストストロークは結構いい感じだと思うんですけど。
In your very first stroke, you've got the nice entry there.
そうそう。
So that's very good. You've got that entry. But when you're doing your entries, and since you're using a brush, you want to make sure you get your so if this was a regular line, you want to make sure you get your exit there as well. So you get your entry and then your exit. You want to kind of have it look like that. For yours, that would have been here, mostly where you would see it, where you'd see that exit. And then you'd want like an entry point on this stroke as well. But she said that the balance of the kanji in general is very, very good. Obviously, no one would have a problem reading that.
いいと思います。
Hi. I'm sure we have a couple others in media share, although we went through that kanji pretty fast. So if people don't get back to us with their practice just yet, we'll go ahead and jump on. Oh, no, we got one right away. So Five-Toed Sloth Bear, despite studying for the N4 today as hard as possible, and Goshi, Five-Toed Sloth Bear, is using an actual, regular pen. Not a regular pen, but like an actual brush, like a full-size calligraphy brush like Yuki does in the videos. So this one's going to look a little bit different than what you might be expecting when you're writing yours, and tips will also be a little bit different for them as well. But Yuki's going to take a look at this.
いや、いいと思います。非常にいい感じ。ゴシもちょっと気持ちアップ、そのすべてのストロークがちょっとこういうところとか気持ちアップアップアップのまま、これもアップでちょっと全部が斜め線でパラレルだったら結構よりかっこよくなるかな。
So to make it look a little bit cooler than it does now, she said it looks very, very good. But make sure to try and focus on getting a little bit more kimochi up on each stroke. So, yeah.
で、結構この10はこの3よりもちょっと大きめに書いた方がバランスが良くなるかなって思う。
So you want to make your 10
ここら辺まで、ここからこの辺まで線があった方がちょっといいかなって思います。
And generally with this kanji, you want to make the 10 below the sun part a little bit bigger than the sun part. So you could make that about as big as she was suggesting there. Alex is having brush issues tonight, so it looks like he's got some like leftovers here. You might want to I don't know what kind of brush you're using, but quick tip if you're using this one, I think you already know this, but to squeeze out the things and do a bunch of sideways and upward strokes to try and get it even, but you might just be running out of ink. Might be nothing you can do about that. But anyway, with that in mind.
いや、とっても上手だと思います、こちらも。早いさ、結構バランスが取りやすい、なんか書きやすいさ、ストロークの感じが2つくっついてるから、この3と10がくっついてるから、結構みんな上手に書けていると思います。アレックスはね、この火の方は気持ちアップできてるって思うんですけど、この10の横の棒はもうちょっとだけ上に書いても良いかなって思う。
You can bring this one on more like that.
そう。もうちょっとそうこの字がこの辺までアップしてくれば。
If you kimochied it up along with this angle, it would be good. I have a little question. I hope I'm not giving anything away here. Hold on, I'm zen out of the camera. It looks like you might have done a separate stroke here. I'm not really sure. Like it looks like you went one and then picked up the brush and then did it again. I'm not really sure.
インクが足りないからそこが多分ついてないんじゃない？
Oh, okay. As long as that's a single stroke from here to here, you're fine. Just in case you want this to be 1, 2, not 1, 2, 3. But that's just kind of what it looks like, probably because of your ink trouble, eh? Hello, Andy-san, Yuki-san, konnichiwa, quiet. Oh, how do you read that again? Ooh, I can't remember. The emo thingy. Not a separate stroke, was trying to do that lift up technique, but went too high. I see. Okay.
多分ね、インクが足りてないですね。
It's because there's not enough ink, yeah. Okay. Just quiet is okay. Just quiet, okay. Will do. We've got one from Tay Sutter. Only second time writing with a brush, so still learning.
はい、ありがとうございます。
Not bad for only second time writing with a brush.
いい感じだよ。バランスはとってもいいと思います。はっきり書いてあって読みやすい。エントリーがあったらいいかもね。エントリーとあと これもみんなねストロークがこの横ばっかりだからみんなねどうしてもなんていうのまっすぐ描いちゃうんだけど全部実は気持ちアップがいいかなって思います。
So she mentioned, the second thing she mentioned, I'll start from, or the first thing is you want to try and get some entries. So what you do with a brush when to get an entry is you push down a little bit harder when you like put your brush down, and then you let up a little bit and then start your stroke to get your entry, to make it look like you're entering into the stroke. So here it would show up, and on the bottom, you probably won't notice it here, but here is where you'll mainly see it on this stroke. So you push down and then let up a little bit. And then the main thing she wanted to say is people are used to, especially with English and writing, nice straight up and down strokes. But with Japanese, you want to angle them up just ever so slightly towards the right. So you want to angle this line up to the right. With your brush, you can probably either use a lighter touch so that you can, use your space a little bit easier because your strokes get very fat. Or if you're finding it really, really difficult to fit within this little square, you might want to widen out the amount of space you're using for it with a brush, because depending on how thick your brush is, it might just be really, really hard to get the kanji to show up within this box. That's my tip, not Yuki's tip. But you may need to use more space depending on the thickness of the brush. It depends. If not, you may want to just use a lighter touch, which is something very hard to get used to, but something you'll be able to practice over time. I can't believe I'm so late. Welcome, Anna, an Oaken staff. You're not too late.
入下敷きだ。
That's very good to have. Very helpful. That looks like the same one Yuki has. Got a felt pad with cheat lines on it. Very nice, very nice. All right, so if anyone is interested, make sure to jump into the Discord if you're a member of ToKiniAndy.com and jump into the media share to share your kanji here. Hopefully those of you who aren't sharing can also get a little something out of our tips for everyone else as well.
T サルの、ストロークとちょっとゴシとモンタナマーゴもそうだったんですけど、ちょっとだけそのストロークのエントリーとエンディングをもう一回ゆっくり見せた方がいいかなと思って、その方がやりやすいかなって思うんですけど横棒と縦棒。
Yuki's going to show you what she means by entry and exit a little bit here. I'm sure you probably remember it's just hard to actually do.
そう。
だって結構見せてるから、多分忘れていないと思うけど、実際に実現するのが難しいと思う。そういうことか。なるほどね。She's going to show you a little bit here. I imagine that you do remember. そう。It's just hard to actually do it.
このまず書くときは結構この上からのカメラがあるからあれなんですけど、筆はね結構縦めに結構縦に持ってるのね、こういう感じで、今分かりやすいように横に置いてエントリーを作るんですけど、一回この筆を置いたらこの右に持っていく、で最後ここにちょっとだけ山を作る、この部分とエントリーのこの筆のここの部分が大きく作れたら結構いいなと思うんですけど、ちょっと時間を置いていいんだよね。ここで入ってでこうで置く。
So she's saying, I'll try and translate all of that. You have to have a really good memory to translate stuff like this, and I don't, but I'm going to try anyway. So she says, first thing to do is to put your brush down, and it's fine to give it some time, like stop. You put your brush down, and then you let up a little bit, and then go over, and then you sort of push down again to make a little mountain. Mine is obviously not as pretty as hers, but that's the general idea. You push down, you put your brush down, then you let up a little bit after you take like a second to let it go, maybe 2, and then you go over. Now, obviously, mine is down below. That's not what we want. You want it up above, because I'm not that great at a brush yet either. But put it down, take your time, go over, and then make a little mountain.
はい。
Basically, that's what we're talking about when we mean entry and exit.
そう。これがよりなんかちょっとはっきりあった方が、より良いって感じですね。
はい。Welcome to the live stream, Mei Hangui. I'm sorry if I can't read that perfectly, but Mei Hanguyang. Welcome to the stream, Mei. I'm going to call you Mei if that's okay.
はい。
I'm glad
ようこそ。
glad you could be here. はい、OK。
はい。という感じで、ちょっと意識してやってみたら結構良くなると思います。
はい、ありがとうございます。Alright, our next kanji, let's go ahead and take a look at it.
おはよ
う。早いよ。
ごめん。今日は忙しい。忙しい。
そうなの？
まず竹を切る。そして
Okay, so our next kanji is take. And I haven't actually written this one in a very long time, so I'm not actually sure if I remember the stroke order very well. Let's go ahead and see. I don't actually. I think that's right.
いい。上手。とってもいいです。
I think that's right.
はい。
It sounds like it's right, so that's good.
ちょっと私も書いてみたいと思います。
お願いします。Yes, writing is tough. Oh, okay.
どうでしょう
I would say that mine's pretty fonty and non-traditional. And I see what you went there. Okay, so you made the right side much bigger. You've angled in on the left and come back on the right, and your nose are much bigger than mine. Okay.
そうですね。
Generally speaking.
私から見ると一つだけだと思うんだよね。ワンポイントだけ。アンディはちょっとこの下の竹のステムゾーンがちょっとトゥーまっすぐ、トゥーストレートじゃない。ユキはもうちょっとなんかアングルって感じ。
The main point that she would like to see me do better is to angle the lower vertical strokes a little bit more. カタカナのケみたい。そうだね。
そうです。毛が2つだね。
そう、there's two K ね。Sorry, I slipped on the board. Why is it getting stuck there? It doesn't usually happen.
悪くないと思いますよ。
やろうとしてることじゃないんだからちょっと嫌だ。結構嫌だな。
結構嫌だ？
結構嫌だ。
結構嫌だった？
結構嫌なんだよ。ちょっともう一回やります。It's a little better.
いいですね。
But obviously this is supposed to be a bigger no than this one. And I tend to make them exactly the same size. So that's one thing I could work on a little bit.
あとはその右側の方がさっき右側の毛の方が大きいっていう話だったじゃないですか。はい、右側の毛の方がもうちょっと上から描いてるんですね、私。だからこのストロークナンバー2ストロークなんていうの、こう2番目のストロークがここはもう結構まっすぐ同じラインみたいになってる、 だからここがもうちょっと上に来るか、この右側のとこ上に来るか、最初のやつをちょっと小さめに書くと
Welcome
よ
back,
り
Capybara. So she's saying I should probably start the second side of this, the second half of this kanji, starting up a little bit higher so that these line up a little bit straighter like hers. So basically starting, you can see that she went angled up there. So I'll try and keep that in mind when we do the calligraphy part.
はい
So let's go ahead and see her version of that.
はい、
あれ
まず私書いていきます。
まあいいか。
いいんじゃない？
はい。お願いします。
はい。
Okay.
こんな感じかな。
So you can see that the left side part is clearly left in the I'll just use this one. On the left side of the box. And then the one on the right takes up a lot more space. So that's what I'll have to keep in mind as I am doing mine. Hmm.
緊張しますよね。
まあまあ。そう。
私は。うん。いい、上手、結構上手です、でもさっきのこの、2個目が大きく書いてるこのティップはかなりいい感じに。
That I got. I'm not happy with this.
そう
But
でも、
I'm not happy with it, but it's okay. It's better than I expected. So that's not bad. Too slow though. I suppose, yeah. But you should be definitely taking your time. You don't want to go, especially as a beginner. I'm a beginner with these kind of brush pens. You don't want to be rushing it. Otherwise, you're going to end up with something that does not look nice. So taking your time is absolutely important. First time seeing Andy live. I love the Genki videos. Glad to hear it, Archangel, or welcome to the stream. I just leave for a while. What is this? We're working on our calligraphy now for the kanji for the N5 and Kanken level 10. My Japanese is getting better. I understood all of Yuki's explanation. That's exciting. That's great. That's the whole purpose of having her speak Japanese for all these. Welcome to the stream, William Hightower. Capybara Ando mo mananderu. Sono tori desu. This is like a basically completely new world for me still. Calligraphy. I never bothered with calligraphy back in the day, but it's quite fun. And the cool thing about calligraphy, people think it's probably useless or whatever if you're just trying to learn Japanese, but it's not, because when you learn to write kanji with a brush pen like this, writing with a pen is like super easy, and your kanji look fantastic even with a regular pen.
いや難しい。
まあでもなんとなく分かった。
本当？
Okay, so let's go ahead and bring out some other students' work and see what they've got for us, unless Yuki has something she wants to add.
はい。
はい。
ちなみにみんな竹見たことある？みんな見たことあるか。
She asked if you guys have ever seen bamboo before. That, by the way, is the word here, bamboo. Take, so this is Montana Margot.
あ、いい。
Oh, that looks really
上
good.
手。
Yeah, it looks really good.
とってもいい感じですね。
If I were to just jump off before Yuki tries to explain it, the only thing, your paper is actually probably like this, so it's really not too much. But since I couldn't do it, and she explained it to me, I'd assume that the only thing we would want to do is pull your right side up and start a little bit higher like that.
そのぐらいかな。
That's pretty much it. Otherwise, the balance is very nice. かわいい感じですね, says Lazy Weber. Yeah, it is.
かわいい感じですよね。
Thank you, Controversious. Appreciate that. Yeah, that's very good. Not a whole lot to add to that.
まあ、あとはその超ピッキーだったらさっきのアンディと同じようにその縦のこの2本はもうちょっとこういう感じに、なってもいいかな。
If she's being very picky, she would say what she said to me as well, and that's to sort of angle in your vertical strokes a little bit, and that will get you.
でもとっても綺麗に描けているのでいい
It
と
looks
思います。
very, very nice, and it's not going to be confusing.
おー、
Alex, I think you fixed your brush.
素晴らしい。
Not sure which is better. Neither are great. My excuse is I have a toddler on my lap. With that in mind, that's pretty good. Which one will we look at then, Yuki? What do you think? どっちから行く？こっちかな。
まあどっちもいいんですけど、こっちの方がまあ綺麗に描けて
Looks
るよ
like
ね。
the ink is looking better. Yeah, we'll go with that one.
そう、左側のやつはちょっとこっち側が内側なんていうの、ちょっとこっち側に入りすぎてたよね、さっきの1個目。はい。竹見ていきたいと思います。竹見ていきたい。
お願いします。
アレックスの竹かなり上手。
はい、
まずね、ストロークのその入りとか止めが結構綺麗にできてるので。
You've got your entries nice, you've got your sweeping outs nice, you've got your 止め、your stops nice. This is looking very nice coming back up here.
とってもいい。このストロークのスタイルがとってもいいです。まあ、私が超ピッキーで言うと、
She's being very picky.
はい、左側のこののと1と、のと1の部分か特にはもうちょっと小さめでもよかったかなって思う。これだと同じ高さから右側の方がちょっと大きい方がいいので、同じ高さから始まってるじゃない、こののが。だけどちょっとだけこの辺から小さく始まった方がよりなんていうのバランスがいいというか。
So she's suggesting that you could have started smaller on the left. You could have also gone bigger on the right instead. Either way would be fine. But you want your second one to start up a little higher, just like she said to me and we said to Montana Margot a moment ago. So making this side a little bit smaller, crunched it down, and this side, then leave this side this size. Or if you start out with this, then going bigger on the right.
そうでも全体的にとっても綺麗に描けています。
Overall, excellent. Controversial says, I've seen bamboo here in Londrina, Brazil. We have a Japanese ascendants colony. Oh, okay. That's cool. イタリアで見たことがありますよ。
いいですね。
Oh, okay. New master, welcome to the stream. Andy-san, are you 100% comfortable with regular normal writing? It depends on what you mean by that, because I can write fine. I've written for like a decade. I used to have to write a daily report by hand at my old job every single day about what had happened during the day, any issues that happened, things I talked with the parents about, stuff like that. So from 10, 11 years ago, so 12 years ago. So I can write. But can I write nice handwriting? Definitely not. Like I've been getting much better since going over like the Yuki Destroys My Katakana Hiragana videos and this series. So my writing has gotten much nicer. But of course I can write when I need to, but it's whether or not it looks nice. That is the difference, eh? サルバマの安藤が日本語を学んでいる。じゃあ、ユキが英語を学んでいる。その通りです。
はい。
はい。
私も forever student です。
we're both forever students.
そう、竹の漢字の私面白いなって思ってるところは、このさ、最初のこのので、笹の葉っぱにすごく似てない？もうすごく竹のさ形フォームそのまま取ってるっていう風に見えるんです。
It is a pictograph. So she finds very interesting is she thinks the nose, the initial no characters look like the leaves on a bamboo, and that is exactly what they're supposed to be. This is 100% a pictograph, and that's how we learned it in the series. So taking a look at, okay, I like it. You've gone thinner on your strokes, which is looking nice. It looks like you put a little less pressure into it, which makes it much easier to fit them into here. This first no looks really, really nice.
はい、とっても綺麗にのをかけていますね。これ小さいタンさんだよね。
はい。
はい。右側のこっち側の毛毛が とっても綺麗に描けてるんですけど、もう少しこの左側よりもうちょっと大きく描いた方がよりバランスが良かったかなと思い
So
ま
she
す。
said this one looks nice, but you want to make it a little bit bigger than the part on the left. So you want to you probably need to start a little smaller on the left and then fill up the right side with the second one. So you'd probably want to start like around here for your first no, coming down to here, a little bit kimochi up, and then down to here, and then do the full size on the right side, and that will be perfect. I do not speak Portuguese, which is why I'm unable to moderate Portuguese, which means I would prefer if you spoke English in the chat, just for moderation's sake. What kind of pen do you guys suggest for kanji writing? I mean, just a regular pen is fine, but we like to use brush pens because it gets us used to writing kanji how they were originally meant to be written. We have this little brush pen here, which is more of like a marker, a fude pen. And this one actually has bristles. There are links to both in the description of this video. Thank you, Anuragu Lavane.
ありがとうござい
Welcome,
ま
welcome.
す。そうこのね毛が
Mhm.
でも T スターターさんのやつもすごく上手に描けてるんだから、
So very, very
そう
good, especially
私たちは
considering
と
you
っても
just...
今ピッキーなので、もうユキジーラマジピッキーなんで
Oh, and Five-Toed Sloth Bear.
は
Oh,
い
we got nice and tall,
おー
tall
いい
take
素晴
here.
らしいいいとっても上手です。ここの毛の特にこの毛のこの2個目が大きくて、左がちょっと小さく描けてる、でここがなんとなく一本の線っぽいっていうか、このホリゾンタルになってるとこ
So
ろ。
she likes that it looks like this is
と
a
ってもいい
single
感
line
じ。
going up like that. So you got that part down very nice. Something that I couldn't get at the beginning. You got your angles going up there. Nice tall bamboo.
はい、でこの羽もとっても綺麗にでき
And
て
your
る
sweep back
し、
is also excellent.
そういいですね、まあバランスの面で言うともうちょっとだけこの辺でそう短くても良かったかなって思うんですけど、アーティスティックの場合でいくなら竹は高い方がいい時もある、そういうのを表現したいのであればこの竹は非常に素晴らしいと思い
There are
ます。
times that you want to like express that something's very like a very tall bamboo, in which case this is absolutely fine. If you wanted to get a little bit nicer of a balance, you could make it a little bit shorter, and that would make it a little bit more
でもうとって
traditional.
も
But overall,
上
it's
手、
excellent. All right, excellent job.
はい、
I have that bottom one for my sister-in-law. She's a shodo teacher, so it's legit. Nice.
おー
That's a great writing. Very impressive, says Quiet. And he responded with, happy accidents. ありがとうございます says Goshi.
なんかこのさほらほら竹こういう風にさこのシュッシュッってこの笹がこのバンブーリーフが出てるじゃないですか、いつもこう、でこういう風に枝がブランチが出ててこの節がさこういう風にある、
She's drawing bamboo right now.
すごくなんかいいなっていつも思うんですけど
So she really likes this kanji because she thinks it really looks like a
そういう
bamboo
感じ
plant
じゃない
with the bamboo leaves. Very nice. Okay, so our next kanji, let's take a look.
おはよ
早いよ。
うごめん今日は忙しい忙しい
そうなの？
まず竹を切る、そして草が長いから草刈りをする、次は花を取る、
なんで？
花瓶に入れるから、
なんで？
入り口に置くから。
そっか。
やったのかも、入り口はやったの。
そうだね。All right, so we went up to iriguchi so that we won't look at the skit for a little while because the skit does get quite long. So we have 3 words that we looked over, which was kusa, which is weeds, hana, which is flower, kabin, which is
Vase.
Vase, yeah, vase, flower vase, vase. I don't know. How do you say it? And then the last
Vase.
word was one that we've already covered, so we're not actually going to write it. The last one there was iriguchi, so we needed to learn the readings, I guess, for ireru. But we already covered this kanji, so we're for both of them. So this is just mouth and entrance, so we're not going to worry about that one today. But the first one we're going to get started on is kusa, kusa. And that one's going to be pretty straightforward because it's just a combination of a grass part on the top and then hayai, which we just did. So here we go. I don't think I've ever done a grass part since Yuki and I have done this, so I'll be interested to see how she writes it. I'm just going to do it like that. I've probably gotten too tall already.
そんなことはないですよ。
I'm going to have problems. I'll have to make my my hayai part a little squished to keep the balance. So I'll start up here.
はいはいはい。
And then we'll go a little bit short.
いいです。とってもいい感じ。綺麗に描けてるよ。
ありがとうございます。
そうか、今回のこの草が私たちのファーストタイム。
I think it's the first time in this series we've done grass on top part.
はい。
So I'll be interested to see how she writes this one. We've never like broken it down before.
はい、描いていきたいと思います。でもアンディすごく上手に描けています。
ありがとうございます。Okay, yeah, I had a feeling that third stroke was going to be more of a straight up no.
こんな感じかな。でも結構同じ。
Yeah, pretty much. I definitely kind of suspected that this was going to be more of like a regular old no, but I wasn't completely sure. Because like if you look at this in font, like if you were to write this fonty, it would just be. And that's what most people tend to do. You see, most people that try and write kanji for the first time, they write fonty, and it's just like this.
そうだね。
Right? So a lot of times you'd expect that, but generally speaking, when you actually get into writing, it's like angled in a little bit here, and then you've just got like a little.
そう。
Yeah. So that's something to keep in mind. Never trust your computer fonts for when it comes to writing kanji. People expect computer fonts, and then they see handwriting. It's like this, and they're like, "What is that?" And it's like, "Oh, that's weeds." But it might be confusing. Let's see a Yuki speedy kusa.
スピーディー草そんなにスピーディーじゃないと思うんだけど。こうか。
It's like, I don't know what that is. But yeah, you get your angles in there right, and you sort of get used to it.
ここがね。カタカナのさみたいな感
It
じ
looks
で
like a
す。
sa, ne? Definitely more like a sa. Okay, so that's not so bad. Let's go ahead and see Yuki's calligraphy version of kusa.
はい。
Looks like grass to me.
全然わからなかった。
全然わかんなかった。
ちょっとこっち側に。
3つ? Did you not understand the three items? あ、草ね。
さ
はい。
かなさ、カタカナのさが。はい、こんな感じです。
Okay, I think I can do that.
本当？
No, probably not.
いや、できるって思った方がいいと思います。
頑張ります。
I think you can do that. ちょっと難しいね。そ
Is there enough ink in there? Should be fine, eh?
う。いいですね。 いい。結構いいです。
はい、どうぞ。
ティップとしては、
はい。
ここにこのボックスのチがあるじゃない？
はい。
なんかここにこう真ん中にこういう感じで来る。ここを残す。で、この真ん中のところに3が来るって感じだと、こういう感じだと。
Yeah, I could tell I sort of
で、ここが最後。
I sort of screwed myself on my first grass part because I made it a little bit too tall and started a little too low. Specifically, I started too low, so I didn't have a whole lot of space for the next part. So definitely starting a little bit higher on the grass part would have been more helpful, eh?
そうね。
I'm soon have a pun battle with Andy. I've lost my pun touch. I've had a hard time coming up with them recently. Hopefully, when we get back into the meetings and writing series for N4, it'll come back.
このチのストレートの方がね、真ん中ら辺に来るとよりバランスがいいかなと思います。もう一回書くアンディ。
いや、みんなに任せようかな。
はい、わかりました。
また頑張ります。
草冠って難しいかな？
いや、そんなことないです。
はい、わかりました。
Alex Bogus says, I want to have a phrase that means come sit at the table when a meal is ready. I've been saying soatte, but I'm curious what would be the most normal to hear Japanese parents say to call their kids. I'm going to guess. I would guess, ご飯ができたよ is
そうだね。
what I'd hear most frequently. I haven't heard people say sit because you have to keep in mind that in a Japanese household, nowadays you have more like dining room tables and stuff. But traditionally, everyone sits on the floor around like a kotatsu or something and eats there. So,
low table だよね。
Yeah, like a low table on tatami. So everyone sits around the table there. But come sit down, I've never really heard anyone say for coming to get dinner. So instead, mom or whoever will say, ご飯ができたよ. So dinner is ready or dinner is finished. So as Controversious said there. And we'll have Yuki say what she thinks there. Is that
私がよく言ってるのは食べれるよ。
Yeah, she often says that. 食べれるよ. We can eat now. We can eat. 食べれるよ. Or ご飯ができたよ. ご飯ができたよ is a little bit harder to remember. So 食べれるよ is probably easier to keep in mind. So that'll be more obvious. So because obviously, you know, your kids probably know that they have to sit down to eat now. So just saying we can eat now is probably enough. And that's what a normal person, a Japanese person would probably say. ご飯と水。
そうそう、ご飯と水ね。そう。食べれるよかできたよ、まあできたよだけでも
できたよ is also fine、yeah.
そうわかるけど多分ねその時間がないと何がみたいな感じ、その夕ご飯の時間が決まってる人だったらできたよって呼ぶだけで、みんなご飯集まってくると思います。
Alright, our first kusa is by the way, fun thing about this word is you can use this. I think it's still used pretty regularly as... well, maybe not so much nowadays. No, it's still pretty common. So you can use the kanji kusa to mean laughter. So it's like LOL. LOL in English, you can write as kusa. Because... she's already written it.
今日のクイズに持ってきました。
She's going to bring this because... Oh, that won't look like that there. Okay, let's go ahead and show.
はい。
Because if you were to write, now this is interesting. So the actual kanji for to laugh, the original LOL was wa ra u. So that was the kanji. If I were to pop this up into kanji, we would get this. So you type wara. To get that to pop up. Wada. So the first character then is W. So people got lazy and instead of typing out wada all the way to get this kanji that I've just dropped in chat, they would just type W and then just send that probably someone did it by accident and everyone just knew what it was. So people just started doing W, and then WW is more funny, and then WWWW is laughing a lot. And then people noticed that having a bunch of W's lined up looked like grass. So people on basically 2 channel, which is the Japanese version of 4chan, they started using the kanji kusa after doing the W. So that's like the progress of LOL in Japanese. Nowadays, if you just use kusa on the internet, people will know that you're laughing. So that's a fun kanji for that.
はい。
Let's see.
このカードは今日のクイズ用
So
です。
that'll be on the quiz later after we're finished going over these. So let's go ahead and take a look at Montana Margot's kusa. お願いします。
はい。いや、上手。モンタナマーゴ上手です。今日
You've gotten pretty good at the brush
すご
after
く綺麗
just 2
に
weeks.
そう、
うん
とっても丁寧に書いてあってとってもいい感じです。そうね。まあこの紙がノートがまず斜めなのかな、もしかして。
It's hard to tell whether or not this might be how it's supposed to be.
あ、なるほど。
This might be so like the picture might be angled, and I'm assuming that this is how she wrote it. In which case you do have the kimochi up going for you there.
そうなんだよね。でも最初のこの草冠、このグラスパートはすごく気持ちアップしてるっていう風に見える。だからとってもいいんですけど、それもこの速いのパート、さっきやった速いも合わせて全部その横のラインはこの気持ちアップ同じようにできたらよかったかな。
I can see that you've tried. So she's saying that it would be nice to make sure to have the hayai go kimochi up as well. So I can see that you went for it there, and you sort of came up with you started going for it here as well. You want the inner strokes and the bottom strokes, all of it to be a little bit kimochi up, and then it will all sort of balance out nice. But overall, it looks very, very good.
はい。もうね、結構みんな上手でね、私本当に厳しい人になっちゃうから。
I think you guys are definitely going to learn how to say what Yuki always says the same thing. みんな上手だねって。You should probably understand what that means.
本当だよ。
I'm not suggesting that you're lying. I'm just saying that you hear it every week. So
すごいもうね、これ書いたのって本当ほとんどの日本人はもうショック受けると思います。はい。アレックスも上手。もう上手。ピッキーでいきますね。
So she's gonna be picky.
はい。ここのまっすぐのラインのとこなんだけど、ここね。ここがもうちょっとだけこのなんていうの、一番最初の草冠がここのもうちょっとこの部分が左側に来れたらよかったかなって思います。ちょっとだけわかる？
でもこれはもっと左に行くよりもこっちを真ん中にスタートすればよかったでいいんじゃないかな。
でもそうするとさ、
You need both of these parts to move over to the left.
そう。
I see. So you've started off center here, which pushed everything off center.
なんかこの
So you want your line to be kind of right here, straight up and down.
あ、そうだね。
Which means that you need this to come over a little bit and this to come over a little bit. And then that will get you your straight lines.
そこだけだね。
Otherwise, what happened was you tried to sort of keep it straight, it looks like there in the middle, which ended up leading to like an angled line here. So basically.
なんかこの草って結構シンメトリーな。
Symmetric.
そう、シンメトリックな感じなんですね。この草冠もちょっとストロークのアングルは違うけど2個あってだいたい真ん中に来るように書くみたいな感じ。だからそういう超細かいんだけどそういうところかな。
She's being very picky, but yeah, that's the one thing you want to keep in mind is because it's so symmetric, you want to make sure everything's sort of
そう真ん中が
the right areas.
そうこのこのドのそのポイントがあるって思った方が
Quiet says that
よりかっこよくなるかなと思います。
Quiet says that Andy と Yuki さんの生徒みんな上手。
そうみんな上手なんだよ。
They're all very, very good.
みんな上手です。はい。 T サタも結構いい感じ。まず
I think we have the same issue as with Alex, though. You wanna make sure that you're starting. You want your second stroke and third stroke to be more over here. Because what ends up happening, as you can see, is you've lined up the bottom part with the first one.
そうだね。
But really, the bottom stroke wants to be in the middle. But if you were to make it the middle, the bottom would be way, way offline. So you've done the same thing as Alex, and you've ended up lining up your bottom part with the second stroke of kusakamuri. But you want it to be in the middle of these two strokes. So you want this to come over here. And maybe this a little bit more over here. And then you'll be off to a good start. You've got your entry here. Here is good. Good entry. Good no there.
とってもいい感じ。
If you can get that in here and your exit coming out here, it will start to look even better.
そうですね。
こんにちは R. Tilling. Welcome to the stream. そうだね。はい。
こんにちは。
Looking good.
そう、T サタさんまだ多分筆始めたばっかりだから。
T サタ just started with a brush pen for like the first time, so getting used to it.
もうちょっとね、多分書く練習を重ねてくるとストロークがスムーズになると思うので、
The more you practice,
そこも、
the smoother it will get. All right, 5 soft bear here is using an actual brush, so let's take a look at that.
いや、こちらもね、結構上手。上手。素晴らしい。この下敷き大好き。とってもいいと思います。そしてとっても綺麗に描けています。さっきのまっすぐのところはできてるよね。で、そう。ここのペーパーの4分の1のサイズなんですよ。ここ右側の。で、ここの枠の中にできるだけ書いた方がいいんだけど、でもこの中でもバランスが取れないとなので、この火がちょっと小さかったら、よりこの下が長くなって、銃の部分が長くなってよりバランスが良かったかなと思います。この火がねちょっと大きすぎかな。
So そのぐらいかな。You do want to try and keep your kanji within the box that you've got here in the shitajiki, but to do so, and make it keep it balanced, you'd want to make your sun a little bit more scrunched up so that you have more space to make your 10 below, and that would make it all like perfectly balanced. But overall, it looks excellent. So great job. Thank you so much, T Setter. Really appreciate that. Thanks for everything you do, says T Setter. Oyasumi. Oyasumi, T Setter. Thanks for hanging out.
ね、来てくれてありがとうございます。
We're already an hour and a half in. Oh my goodness. And we've only done three words.
大丈夫です。
Hi, thank you so much, T Setter. Appreciate that very much. I'm glad to hear that you are finding the feedback helpful. Hi. All right. So those are those.
で次また同じグラスパートの感じ一緒にやるんだよね、この花と花瓶同じ感じなんですけど。
These are going to be the same kanji, which is flower for both hana, which is just flower, and kabin, which is flower vase. So I'm just going to write flower once, and we'll see what we got.
はい。
So we'll get some practice with kusakamuri again. Oh, I could have angled that a little bit more, but whatever. Okay, and then this we have the kanji for to change down below. So we got another no stroke. And then I believe we'll come in here with another no stroke. And then a fish hook.
Hi.
My balance is a little off. I could have pulled this back here. I probably could have started here and then come over here, and that would have given me more balance. Probably. But let's see what Yuki's got for us.
はい、書いていきたいと思います。
Thank you, Controversious. I'm glad
あり
that
が
you're
とうござい
enjoying yourself.
ます。
Okay.
ちょっと言うとその花の感じはこれまっすぐここにさまた右側がねちょっといつも大きく描くんですけど、この縦線がボックスがあったら 縦線がチュチュチュチュチュチュチュってきて、ここのねスペースはちょっと空いてる。この草冠にここも空いてるじゃない、ここも空いてる。この「い」と「ひ」の間は空いてるのがいいかなと思います。
Keeping the space in between here open is a good idea when writing this kanji.
アンディのやつ
はい
はここがちょっと内側にこういう風に入ってたんですけど、
今回はそれしないね。
それはまっすぐで大丈夫かなって思います。
漢字の面白い時はそうする時もあればそうしない時もある。
そうね、いつもじゃないんだけどね。
ピッキーだね、みんな。
ピッキーなの。いいですね。いい感じ。さっきより全然 OK です。
ございます。Probably still could have come a little bit over here. As you can see, my space is sort of unbalanced there. But yeah, not so bad. Okay.
でもそこが一番この漢字の難しいところなので。
That's the point to really focus on keeping those spaces lined up, which I did not do, but I will redeem myself in the calligraphy part.
はい。
So that is both for hana and kabin.
はい。
So let's see what Yuki's got for us in the calligraphy world.
頑張ります。
I'm gonna run to the bathroom.
はい、了解。ちょっと2個書きます。はい。
Perfect timing.
ちょっとゆっくり書いてみました。
ありがとうございます。
真ん中の部分を結構意識して書いてみました。
どうですか？
ありがとうございます。お茶いただきます。
Sarah Deloney, thank you so much for the gift membership.
ありがとうございます。
Appreciate that.
ありがとうございます。
All
サ
right,
ラ
let
さん。
me take a look at Yuki's. Yuki's what she drew there. Okay, yeah, that's pretty much what I was expecting. Not sure if I can do it or not. When she writes kanji so pretty, I agree.
ありがとうござい
So
ます。
kabin, the beam part is actually has a kanji too, but it's definitely not N5. I don't even think it's N4. It's the kanji for bottle. So that's why it's not showing up here. Bottle or glass, like a glass bottle. So it's a flower glass bottle, aka a vase or a vase, whatever you say. Hi, doubled Yuki. Oh yeah, she's showing on both cameras. I gotta mess with that a little bit
そっ
next
か
time.
ダブルユキだったわ私今。
So. All right, let's see if I can match even one of the Yukis.
真ん中ね意識してください。
All right. My bottom part got a little fat.
でもいいよ。 ん。結構いい感じ。
Could be worse. I didn't really want that kind of fat strokes. I wanted something a little bit thinner. But, I don't know. It's okay. When I think of a flower, I think of something that's a little bit more, I don't know, thin. So I'm going to try again on Kabin. Let's see if I can do it a little more like I wanted. I didn't want it that thin. My goodness. Brushes are hard, guys. I'm sure some of you who are trying understand. But,
わかる。難しいね。
Nope. It's fat. Nope.
あ、でもいい。綺麗なのですね。
But my center is off.
なかなかバランスが難しいですね、この漢字は。いい。
It's a little better.
このセンターがしっかりできたらやっぱり良くなりますね。
My biggest struggle is, of course, my evenness of the thickness of my strokes. Something I still struggle with the brush pen, but that's to be expected at my level. Thank you very much. Appreciate that, Isa Gomez. はい。何？
この真ん中の、この真ん中の縦のチの、ボックスのドットの部分が、より綺麗に見えるためにはちょっとだけさこの火を右側に描かなきゃいけないじゃない。それをねそうちょっと思ってるよりちょっと気持ち右から描くとよりうまく真ん中が出て。
The heat part or the fishhook part, you want to go a little bit off to the right, like more than you feel is right. It feels really weird, but you want to start more off to the right than you expect to make it come out more balanced. The last upward stroke was super nice. Thank you so much, Quiet. Appreciate that. Little by little.
でもとってもアンディも上手に描けています。
ありがとう。はい。So let's see what we've got. Come on, iPad-san. Recognize me.
iPad さん、調子悪い？
That's the new beta with this crystal whatever. Bleh.
あ。
はい。All right, let's see what Grammy's got for us. Oh, looking good.
いい。
Both of the same ね。
とってもいい。グラミーじゃなかった。モンタナマーゴは
まあグラミーなんだけどね。はい。
そこの真ん中の部分はもうできてる。もうできてる。
You've got the
とってもバランスも上手だし、いいね。
good.
こっちの花瓶の方の花もできてる。とってもいい感じで。
You got that balance in the middle done nicely. You got your sweep ups doing nice. You've got a nice nose there. There's really not a whole lot to add to this.
そうね。
You've got your entries and exits. Yeah. Looks good. I think also the paper is more like that.
あ、そうだね。あ、もしかしてさ、この火っていうかこのさじのライン、こっちからこっちに書いてる？どっちに書いてるんだろうこれ。
It does look a little bit like that. It looks like you might be writing that way.
そう。
In which case you want to make sure this is just a normal no stroke. So it's not, you might be doing that, or you might even be coming back like this. So you might be going like that or coming back like this even. But you can think of it as just a regular no. So just like swept in like that. And then you do your fish hook.
そこだけもし違ったら気をつけた方がいいかなと、
you want to be careful with that only.
はい思います。なんとなくねそのペンのねストロークの感じでは、
We've got morbid blessing.
あすごい綺麗。モービッドブレイシングすごい超素敵。
I like that.
ようこそ。そして上手。
It's very nice.
とっても綺麗に書いてあります。まずこのストロークの、スタイルもうとっても上手。この入りも入ってるし、そうでここも全部ね素晴らしい。もう素晴らしい。この羽もいいし、こののも素晴らしい。
This looks excellent. You've got your exit there. Yeah, looks great. If I were to go off anything, the only thing that Yuki's been going over for this kanji the whole time is you wanna move your he over to the right.
そう、ちょっとだけね。
Almost perfect. Just he over to the right a bit. The whole thing just over here.
だから私の気持ちってか意識して書いてる時には、この右側のこの草冠の下にこの火のこのストロークが来る。
Like this side of it?
どう
いうこと全然わかんなかった。
そうだよね。ちょっと難しいよね。このそうこのね火のね位置がちょっと難しいじゃないいつも。このさこの草冠が来てる、ここの下の部分ぐらいにこの火が始まるように。
So that's kind of how she thinks about it. She goes from like the middle of the third stroke in kusakamburi down into her heat, and that's how she gets it balanced.
そうちょっとこれちょっと大きく書きすぎなんですけど、でもこの始まるところがねこの辺がいいかな意識するとここがちょうど真ん中がこの開いてくる、かなっていう。ちょっとしたことなんだけどね。でもすっごく上手に書けています。
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, more blessing. Appreciate that. And you have gotten much. You've done much. You've improved a lot. Excellent job.
あともう色がもう花って感じでいいです。
Yes, the colors are very flowery.
とってもアーティスティック、とってもいいです。
はい。Great job. ありがと
う。いい、素晴らしい。
Right, let's we're getting in there with a brush.
こちらも素晴らしいですね。いや結構いいな。でもね、
just the thing we just mentioned now.
もうね、ストロークのこの入りとかも結構いいし、この払いも。
Your entries, your harais, your exits, all excellent job. The only thing we can add to this kanji itself is for balancing purposes, moving your he over a bit.
ちょっとだけだよね、これ。
And then you could probably actually move this. Oops. You can probably just shift this whole part. You can just shift it over to the right. That's it. ね。
そうだね。
That's it. That's really, really good.
それしかないね、もう。でももうストロークがね、もう素晴らしい。いい。
Both of these are excellent.
とても上手。
The only thing to add is like just to shift the bottom part a little bit to the right. That's great.
でもね、そこが超難しいんだよね。私もそこ結構苦手。
I wasn't able to do it.
ね、そう本当になんていうの、思ってるより右からかみたいな。
I've always noticed the main thing I've noticed with doing the not the main thing, but a big thing I've noticed with doing the kanji lately is that, and even with language in general, right, is just because you feel comfortable doing it doesn't mean it's correct. So when starting off, if you're having trouble, this is true with sports, like a lot of sports as well. I felt just because it feels right doesn't necessarily mean it is. So you sort of start doing it uncomfortable. You feel uncomfortable. If it feels uncomfortable, that's okay. Try it anyway, and it often works out. So like with this one, I felt uncomfortable starting so far off to the right, but in the end, I managed to get my space in here opened up. Although this could have come a little bit over to the right. But yeah.
でもいい、素晴らしい。
I used the tip where Yuki said to start from the middle of this. So that was very nice. But that's hard. That's really hard. Just sort of pushing against your instincts. All right.
結構ね難しいよね。この全体を見てこのみたいな。
Alex gave us the old version of Hana there. we're not going to critique that one, but that's the old version of Hana, and it's very much more difficult. As you can see, that's why it became this, because this is hard for people to memorize, but still excellent job. I like it. And here is the modern version of Hana.
いやもうこっちもストロークも漢字もすごいいい感じ。すごい綺麗に書けています。
Exactly the same thing here. Your entries, your exits, your sweep ups, everything is excellent. The only thing to add is what we've added for everyone is move your he over.
そうね、そこだけだよね。
That's it.
もうちょっとね、ここにゆったりスペースがあった方がいいかなって。
More than you'd expect. More than would feel comfortable. Open up the space a little bit.
そうなんだよね。
Yo,
これ
lives
が
fast, shreds
難しい
faster.
ね。
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
お、久しぶり。
Looks really good
前回も来てくれたね。
ね。
Live fast, share fast. ちょっと
Shred faster.
Shred fast.
Skateboarding lingo.
すいません。
はい。
名前難しくてすいません。でもみんな花かなり綺麗に描けてます。
ね。
まずストロークのスタイルが素晴らしい。
ね。All right. So, we've got a few more words. We're going to be skipping iriguchi because we've already covered entrance and mouth. So iriguchi is entrance, but it will be on the quiz, so I'm going to cover that now. The next word we'll be doing is this one. Nyuryoku. We've also done... Have we ever done chikara?
やったと思うんですけど、
We did do
男で、
力,
男は何だったっ
Right.
け？
We did power. So nyuryoku is to enter data into a form. Nyuryoku. So it's just entrance again and power. So we're not going to worry about that one. So the next word is going to be this one and this one. And so we'll go to those two. And then I believe this will also be combined with namae. Yume. Namae will be combined. And dasu, we've already done. Dasu is the same as deru. So we've already done that kanji. That's
そう。
this one, eh?
This one です。この難しいやつね。
ね。
でも
This one. So
全部見てその出たやつは、だけはとりあえず書いてカバーはしないにすればいいのでは。あ、通じた？
通じたけど俺が言ったことと真逆のこと言ってるんだからちょっと考える。
ユキの私が言ったことは無視してください。
Yuki will write them for us, but we're not going to be covering them as words. We're going to be skipping to the ones that I mentioned
大
before.
丈夫、
And
大
we're going to go
丈
ahead
夫。
and watch the skit right now to get our next word.
おはよ
早いよ。
う。ごめん。今日は忙しい。忙しい。
そうなの？
まず竹を切る。そして草が長いから草刈りをする。次は花を取る。
なんで？
花瓶に入れるから。
なんで？
入り口に置くから。
そっか。
そして田んぼで働く。
本当に忙しいね。起きる。
次の日、ここに入力して。
何を？
名前を。
なんで？
ガーデン雑誌に私たちの庭を出す。
なんで？
私たちの庭が綺麗だから。
有名になりたくないよ。
アンディは有名にならないよ。庭が有名になる。ありがとうございます。
Okay, so those are the rest of the words we're going to be covering. And I'm going to go ahead and start with, I believe, tambo. Tambo is... It's a rice paddy, so a rice field. A lot of people, a lot of learners, they learn the kanji, this first kanji, which I'll go ahead and write, as just field in general. And while that's fine, it's the word tambo is not just field in general. It's specifically rice paddy.
はい、その通りです。
And you can tell from the if you've ever been to the countryside in Japan, you'll see all of the tambo, the rice paddies, which are filled with water, separated out like this in little squares all over the countryside. So there's my my ta.
はい。
Onegai
いや、とってもいいよ。
Good だって。Omoshiroi says live fast, shred faster. Yeah, I'll wear those glasses on stream more blessing. I like the usage of Animal Crossing for the stories. I'm glad you like that. Yeah, it's been fun. We've enjoyed doing that. Writing the skits is hard for these. And then I've also got to keep in mind whether or not we can do what I'm writing in Animal Crossing. So it's been an interesting challenge as a writer for me. Yeah, I always forget about this. Keeping the right side a little bit.
そうちょっとね
larger, just a little bit larger.
ちょっとだけねこっちがラージュです
She gives just a little bit more space to the right side of the kanji. I'll see if I can just do that fast.
でも相当さ、相当上手だよアンディも
Arigato. I'm good on a whiteboard. If only everything was always on a whiteboard.
いやもうベリーサティスファイドだよ私それなら
そうよかったです。But it's definitely helped my pen writing. Like I write a lot better with a pen now.
いい、上手
Right, basically.
もう素晴らしい本当
Hey, hey. All right, so that's ta.
はい
Tambo. Pretty easy one. So that's nice. It's nice to have a simple one every once in a while. We'll go ahead and have, I'm not going to write this one today, but we're going to go ahead and have Yuki write iriguchi for entrance. And then she'll write ta for tambo, and I will also write ta for tambo. I believe
ペンが
over here.
ありがとうござい
I
ま
should
す
actually be sleeping now. Kusa.
草
Me too.
はい
ポップコーンを食べているよ。おいしい。
あ
いいですね。ちょっとちょうだい。ちょっとちょうだい means can I like pass some to me?
いいですねこれ筆がちょっとカサカサだ
こっちで行く、やっぱり。ちょっと渡してくれれば俺は
インク
インクを流します。Double Yuki.
Hi. で、田んぼね。
So just to reiterate, we will not be going over iriguchi, which is entrance. So you can pop yours into the Discord if you'd like, but we're not going to cover those ones today since we've already covered those in detail. Instead, we're going to be working on ta.
Hi.
Okay.
ちょっとボトムラインがちょっとピニャってなっちゃったけどまあ。
Okay.
Ah, すいません、ストロークが違います。
あ、そうだね。What am I doing? Duh. Hmm.
いい。とってもいいです。
I can make it a little bit wider.
まあそうね。まあワイダーじゃなくてもいい。あ、そこにキャップが。
Okay. Yeah.
ここのねボックスがあるとこのチの線があると、とっても縦線が助かりますよね。
Very nice to have the little dots for writing the vertical lines, for sure.
はい。
Okay. So I have a feel. Well, no,
そ
we'll
こ
go
が
ahead and
一
look
番
at
難しいかな。
Montana Margot's. Yeah.
ね、いつも
That can be
always
tough without a
この
vertical line.
縦棒が難しい。この何にもないところにこうまっすぐ引くのは超むずい。
ね。When there's nothing there.
はい。
Right. All right, let's take a look at Montana Margot. She did Iriguchi for us, which looking good.
はい。
All right, ta.
いいね。いいよ結構。とってもいい感じです。
Try not to come so far out on the left for the bottom stroke. You kind of want to start on the same line as with that one. But your entrance is great there. You can see that you changed directions here. I think it's just the picture, so it looks like you've gone a little bit kimochi up there as well. So generally looking good. Yeah, just try to start back on the first stroke for your bottom stroke, okay?
そうですね。そのぐらいかな。
どれぐらい? Your entrance is great.
そう。
Coming in
それ
there.
にストロークも大丈夫そうだし、縦まっすぐかけてそうだし、とってもいいと思います。
いいね。Guys, I'm
か
going to
な
do something quick here. I'm going to do something quick just because something is annoying me. We're going to go like that. Hey, hey, hey.
何
And then
何
we're going to come down here.
あ、もうダボーユキじゃなくなる感じこれ。あ、トリポーユキになる感じこれ。
And then I'm going to go like this. And then we're going to get over there. And then I'm going to put this behind the chat. And then we're going to say goodbye to Single, Andy, and Yuki. And then that'll be that.
ありがとうございます。
Okay.
バイバ
I'm gonna
イ。
do that.
セカンドユキ
That's going to be,
サー
there's
ド
a
ユ
little
キ。
space over here, but is what it is. Maybe I'll go ahead and move you guys over here. Like that. Although we can't really see on the chat. And then we'll give ourselves some space here.
なるほど。
Oops. Oh, I guess we can't really get much bigger than that, eh?
ウォークラフトさん、
I'm still holding
ありがとうございます。
Thank you so
お
much,
はよう
Warcraft.
アンディさん、ユキさん、I'm an exchange student from the Netherlands, currently in 松本、長野。おー、ようこそ長野県へ。
Welcome to Nagano.
はい。I've been using your content to assist in my learning journey of Japanese と書いてあります。ありがとうございま
Thank
す。
you so much.
Big respect for you too doing all this.
Thank you, Renzo-san.
Renzo.
Appreciate that. おはよう、アンディさん。I hope you're enjoying
レンゾって何？
Matsumoto. レンゾって名前じゃない？
ありがとうございま
Thank you
す。
so much. Really appreciate that. I'm glad to hear that you've made it over here and that some of our content has been helpful in assisting in you learning the language. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that.
いいね、松本。
Thank you so much. Yeah. Yeah, Matsumoto's a great place. I really like Matsumoto. We don't get to go there very often, but when we do, I always really, really enjoy it. It seems to be a younger city than Nagano City, which is where we live. But I also like Nagano City a lot. I like both of them.
それに
hope you're
ハイキングも近いし、
Yeah, you can get to the mountains
そうそう
much easier from Matsumoto, which is also really nice.
ナイスキャッスルがありますね。
Ne. I made myself chi under my blank one.
おー
I like it, I like it.
はい。大事大事大事。
Right. Pulling out Alex here.
はい。いや、いい。上手だよ、ほんと。そうね。特に直すところはないんですけど。
There's not much to fix on this one.
そうね。特に直すところはないんだけど、もうどうかな。もうちょっとこれトーラーに書いてくれてるじゃない？ちょっとだけボクシーというかスクイッシュでもよかったかな。
You could squish it down a little bit more if you like instead of drawing it tall. That's the only thing that she would say to make it a little bit more balanced.
でもこれはこれですごくバランス良いからいい。
There's really nothing to add to this one, which is not yeah, it looks good.
まああとはインクの問題。
Yeah, ink obviously is
インク
giving you
が
some
ちょっと
trouble.
ね。
But we know that you're struggling with ink today, so. All right, if everyone else wants to go ahead and submit theirs, we will of course take a look at yours when we get to the next word. But we're gonna go ahead and move on to our next word since we haven't gotten any yet. Nyuryoku will have Yuki write that one, and then namae will be our next word, along with where is it? Namae and yume. Am I saying those right? Let's have Yuki say those for us.
夢
And
名前
namae. And yume. Those are the words. Yume is famous, to be famous, to have a name, literally. That's the kanji for to have a name. Yume.
まあこの U はユキの U なんだけどね。
That's the Yuki. That's the U that Yuki uses in her name. And then namae is of course just name, which is the kanji for name. and the kanji for in front. So your first name is what it would be on forms, which is weird because in Japanese your first name usually comes after, but it is what it is. It's been great. Matsumoto is very pretty. I love the Te song. It helped me out greatly during my exams. Glad to hear that was helpful.
ありがとうございます。
One day that song is going to blow up, I think. One day. I need a better thumbnail, probably. But, ただただ人 C74 漢字の書けることを勉強した方がいいかな What we were just talking about 草日本語を始めた時このチャンネルめちゃくちゃ良かったありがとうございますよかったですこんにちはゆき先生 How's it going sir Mrs.
はいようこそ
How do I get the 一つ二つ How do I get it? You can't. You'll never get it out of your head. You can listen to the Tay song. That might get it out of your head.
Replace with Tay song.
No, they're not. Interesting. So later today, I'm going to be releasing that tier list, the tier list of all of the N5 grammar points summarized and ranked. And I go over that. How でしょうか? They're similar in that if we were to translate them in English, they'd be right. But ne is a little less of a question. でしょうか is just a straight up, like more polite, softer ですか, which is a question. It's literally asking, is this the case? Whereas ne is more of just like a, yeah, don't you think?
まあそのでしょうかはですかのポライトバージョンでしょうかなのか、
まあね、
それともなんか It seems like の雨でしょうかみたいなやつもカバーだよね。
まあそうだけど、どっちもねじゃないよね。
まあそうねじゃないね。
So they're often translated the same in English, which is that's the problem with translations in general, is that it often makes you think that things that are not the same are the same, which is unavoidable if you're going with translations, and that's not your fault. That's textbook's fault. But no, they're not quite the same. Hey, okay, so let's go ahead and get into namae. The kanji. Well, I'll have to go first, honey. We've already covered mae, which is a kanji I really like. So the kanji we'll be going over right now is just na, which is probably one of those ones that's going to be deceptively difficult. That's what I have a feeling. So first we have evening. If I'm not completely losing my mind. I am right. Like, it is evening, right?
はい、そうだよ。
Suddenly doubting myself here. And then a mouth. No, that's terrible. That's definitely unbalanced. What am I doing here? First of all, hold on. Yep. This is definitely going to be one of those ones that is deceptively difficult.
でもそんなに悪くはないよ。
ありがとうございます。
はい。
I could have made that bigger.
そうね。
Got for us.
はい。じゃあ
Wait a
書いてみたいと。
What's going on here? What's going on here? I forgot to bring this over here. Whatever. Okay. You get Yuki, double Yuki again anyway.
はい。ダブルユキでいきたいと思います。まず。
ありがとうございます Lazy Werebear. For some reason, it's not showing up in my chat, but it's showing up in the... Do I only have top chat showing up here, and that's not showing up in top chat? What is that? Why wouldn't it show me this in top chat? Thank you so much, Lazy. Oh, because it's in Japanese. It's not showing me your donation because it's in Japanese, so it didn't show up in top chat. Bad YouTube. Let's put on live chat so that shows up. Fortunately, live chat was showing up in the thing. If I've missed anyone's comments, I'm so sorry. I always forget to turn on live chat. YouTube automatically puts on top chat. I suddenly can't hit the... It's making me edit. Put user in timeout. I don't want to... What? Why would I want to do that? Okay, I can't hit the heart. That's annoying. For some reason, it's suddenly in like... Some reason my chat is suddenly in like modification mode.
リムーブしないで。
What just happened to OBS? Anyway, thank you so much, Lazy Werebear. 漢字の書き方が上手になったのはToKini先生のおかげです。ありがとうございます。
ありがとうございます。
Lazy Werebear, thank you.
もうこちらこそありがとうご
I
ざい
want
ま
to heart
す。
that, but suddenly chat has changed. Like while we're live, I suddenly
なぜなんだ。
can't click on chats. I can only ban you. That's the only option.
いやおかしい。いやそれおかしい。
I
な
got
ぜや
delete
め
your
てやめ
comment,
て。
put you in timeout, or hide the user from the channel. I cannot interact with the comment in any way.
ここ
Why did that change
チ
midstream,
ャット押し
YouTube?
てもダメなん。
何にもできない。
本当だ。
What is going on?
うーん。
Community moderation. Nope. Moderation activity. No, I don't want that. Whatever. Okay. Anyway, it is what it is. Thank you so much, Lazy
あり
Ray.
がとう
Appreciate
ご
that,
ざい
Alex.
ます、アレックス。
はい。
いや、本当頑張っているアレックスの
ね。
おかげです。
私たちだけじゃなくて、アレックス
そう
も頑張っている。
頑張っているからできるようになったんですよ。
Dan is working on the support video, the Satori reader and my support video that he's working on that right now. So he's probably in the background.
ありがとう。
Thanks, Dan. All right, so I can see what I did wrong here. I can make my evening a little bit more
そうですね。
angled.
うん。さらに言うと、ここはあんまりこのアンディみたいには飛び出さない方がいいかなって思うんですけど、
はいはい
どうでしょうか。
Hi. Let's get us both back on screen here.
はい。
I struggle a bit with onyomi and kunyomi, but I'm having fun learning kanji. Yeah. I mean, well, I talk about this in the support video with Brian from Satori Reader, but I generally don't recommend learning onyomi and kunyomi. Like as a, how should I put it? Not to give away what's going to be in the video, but learning the various ways to read kanji is great. And you want to learn them through words. You learn words like we're doing here. I got a little fat, thin. You learn them through words like we're doing here instead of learning that, hey, this is the onyomi for, like, this is me, and na. Let's just learn this kanji as me and na. And then you've got nothing to, like, connect it to. That's not really useful for non-natives. Non-natives can learn onyomi and kunyomi as like standalone things because they already know all the words they need to actually read the kanji. It's a little bit better. So they can learn onyomi and kunyomi like as a separate thing, but we don't necessarily have the vocabulary that a native does. So just learning onyomi and kunyomi in isolation of words doesn't help us. So don't worry about it. Instead, just learn the word namae, like we just covered, and yume for famous person, which also has this kanji in both, and then you'll get used to it. Instead of trying to remember that na has the reading of na, me, there's probably like a bunch of others as well, and not worrying about that. Because even if you memorize all of them, you're not going to know which to use when. Because why would you? You don't know any words. It's just not how it works. So don't worry about it too much. I'm glad you've been enjoying Japanese, though. I don't know where I read that. Where did I read that? So I've got live chat showing up now, right? And I can see all the chat within the video like you guys are seeing. But now I can't see anything. No chats are updating within my actual thingy here.
なんで
Why? YouTube!
はい。
Learning from a book of kanji's own flashcards almost got me to quit Japanese in first. Yeah. This two are hecka tricky. The way I go about it is learning the compounds, just as Andy is explaining right now. If you learn the words itself, such as learn. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Oh yeah, it's time for
はい。
Yuki to show us the calligraphy.
もう全部頑張って書いていきます。
And while she's writing this, I'm gonna mess with the camera. Hey.
はい。い
Hi.
ただいて。
Hi. Oh wait, actually, I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna go like this. And then we're gonna go over here. And I'm gonna paste. And there's that. And then this is gonna go away. Keep going. I was gonna do this while you wrote.
ズーム
あ、ズーム、そうだね。
ありがとうございます。いいかな。
うん。There we go. All right, there's new Ryoku. And we've already covered these kanji before, so we're not going to be... She's not happy with her Ryoku. But we're not going to be worrying about that one today. So, on to na. Konnichiwa Atalamkam. Welcome to the stream. I like to learn the vocab in Anki, then learn to write it on Dingotam. Nice. Yeah, everyone's chat is not showing up for me over in the chat here. Unless I refresh it constantly. Oh well.
Hi.
Okay, we've also got Yume over here, but we're not going to worry about that right now. It's my turn.
Hi.
All right, moving over to me.
名前のなの方なんですけど、この夕方の夕っていう字は、左上のボックス、ここの四角ね、よりの中っていうか、この斜めらへんにうまく書くと、口がうまく入るんじゃないかなって思います。
So the way she's kept it sort of up in this left box and right box, just sort of popping into here, will be a nice way to keep it balanced, is what she's saying. Let's see if I can make that happen. Yuki's calligraphy is amazing. Sugoi. Arigatou gozaimasu, Warcraft. And again, Chad is not showing up for us over here. Oh well.
ありがとうございます。
I'm not too happy with my no, but it's okay. If I were to do that again. I'm much happier with that one.
いい。
Okay.
とってもいい感じです。いいね。
I came to the middle. No, it's over.
大丈夫。なんとかリカバーにリカバー行こう。
There's nothing I can do.
ちょっとだけ左。
My moon needed to be over to the right. I left. Oh well. It is what it is, eh? I'm not focused, and now it's just all going away.
でもそんなに悪くないよ。
It's okay. It's okay. I needed to be shifted over a little bit. It could be worse. It could be worse. All right. Where's the thingy?
そう
Hi.
結構いいんだけど。
ありがとうございます. It's hard to compete with Yuki. It's impossible to compete with Yuki. That's why I don't compete with Yuki. I don't compete with her. すごく says live fast, shred faster. But no, that's not so bad. All right, let's see what everyone else has for us for na. The main kanji we'll be looking at is, of course, na. Not just my. We've got that zoomed in. We're going to pop over to... Okay.
はい。モンタナマンゴの名前見ていきたいと思います。
お願いします。
入力はもうバッチリ。
はい。入力 good?
はい。名前のなはすごく上手に書けています。ここのね、最後のこの夕方の夕のこの左払いは結構ね、なんていうの、横に寝てるぐらい結構斜めに書いた方がこの口が入りやすいから、それがもうできててとってもいいです。
Yeah, for this one, something that I had a hard time doing, I always make my evening part too tall, and you didn't have that problem. You did just what you're supposed to do, which is basically lying it on its side to give space for the mouth below.
はい、そこね素晴らしいです。
That's great.
そう名前はねもう前カバーした感じなんですけど、このさっきアンディとね同じミスがあるんだね。ここの上のこのクラウン、ちょんちょんのあるクラウンがのここの真ん中の部分がさっきの花みたいにスペースが空くようになればいいかなと思います。
So just like she mentioned with my is basically you want your top part to sort of set the boundaries for where you want to write your kanji. So you want to have that space just like with hana in the middle open. So you're going to have the middle be like you have between these bullhorns, I tend to call them, or upside down horse or whatever it's in. You want to have that middle part open, and then you want to write your moon on the left side of it and your sword part, sword part, on the right of that, so that it balances out a little bit more. And that'll be good.
かな。
This
そのぐらいかな。
name is good too.
あ、そうだね。有名の方を先見た方がいい？これも
同じ感じなので、this is the one you want to aim for there. Because you start out a little bit, you popped out here on the left, you want to keep that sort of in there. But this was also lying on its side very nicely. Okay.
とってもいいと思います。
Excellent. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at some others. Oh man.
おお、いい。モアビットブレッシング上手。
First we're going to look at Alex.
あ、アレックスね。もうアレックスも超上手。
差別じゃないか。
差別すいません。
上手と超上手。
いやもう両方超上手なんだよ。
はい、OK, we've got
はい。まず、そうね。2文字この熟語、で結構同じ大きさに書いてあるところがとってもバランス良くて良いと思います。
You've written them both about the same size, which is very important. Looks very good.
はい。で、名前の名もかなり上手なんだよね。このさ、なんかあんまり言うことないんだよもう。
Not much to say on this. Looks good.
まあ、超ピッキーで言うと、ちょっとだけアンディと同じように通るかな、この U が、もうちょっとこのぐらい斜めになっちゃってもいいかな。
If she's being picky, you can lay down your evening part a little bit more onto its side.
斜めになって口がもうちょっと大きく書けると
And a bigger mouth.
そうそう結構いいかな
She's being
みたい
picky,
な。
but there's not really much to go.
でもとっても上手です。とっても上手。
And my also looks very good.
はい。
Maybe you open up the inside a little bit. I don't know. Probably fine.
まあそうだね。そこだけだね。
Open up the middle a little bit.
そこはもうピッキーなので。
Kind of like morbid blessing is open up the middle here, which is very, very good.
とってもいいです。モアビットブレッシングの。モアビットブレッシングも両方すごく綺麗にストロークもかけています。
You got your strokes good there, your entries, your outward sweeps are looking very good.
そうだね。でこのね夕方の U のこの三角目のストロークもの点も結構いいです。まあ ちょっとねピッキーで言うとこの U がこのねアングルはめっちゃいいんですけど
Your
結構
angle is very good.
寝てるよね、このだけどこの口が多分ちょっと大きいから口がちょっと小さくなっちゃってる、それがこの同じぐらいの大きさかちょっと口を大きめに描くみたいなのがまあいいかなって思うんですけど。
そして because your evening part has gotten very big here, it makes your and compared to your mouth, it's a bit too small probably. So she's drawing it over there. But basically, you want your mouth to be about the same kind of size, or about the same, or even mouth a little bit bigger. So you could either thin up the evening part a bit and make the mouth. You'd still want to make your mouth part a little bit bigger, or just make your mouth part a lot bigger. That will be useful. Another thing I noticed that you may have gone for here is no, that's fine. That's pretty much what you want.
前はもう最高。
My great. Excellent.
もう素晴らしいです。特に言うことはないです。
Looks like Alex is about to send over his. Dasu. Okay.
Okay.
My
はい、
dasu is so spiky. All right, we'll get to that in a minute. We'll get to dasu in a minute. Although we've already covered dasu when we covered deru, so there's not a whole lot to say to it. I would just say that looks very good, except maybe the bottom needs to be bigger. I can't remember.
そうだね、そう。ちょっとだけね、ボトムが。
You want the bottom of deru or dasu to be wider than the top.
そうね。
But we'll look at that in a minute. Okay.
はい。
So, the only actual... Oh, wait, no, there is nothing else.
そうそう、ダスと有名だけだから。
We've covered everything, so we might as well just go ahead and review dasu, since we've already covered yume. Well, we've already written na. Ne? We've already done me. So that's covered. So let's just go ahead and we'll since it looks like some people are probably struggling with dasu still, we'll go ahead and write that. Welcome, Renzu VNL. Yes, it Japanese, there's ups and downs. Sometimes it feels very hard. Sometimes it feels not hard at all. But it doesn't necessarily get easier after N5 and N4, no.
名前が is finally updated. さっきのウォークラフトさんだよね。
そう。I've started out too wide here, so I know mine is gonna have some trouble.
でもいい、上手。もうなんか上手だって見えた。
Pressure
見えました。
That pressure at this point. Oh, I've started so far up. I thought I had more space to work with.
これは
残念。
最初すっごいいい感じだったのにね。
It almost was great. My top was so good. いい。もういい感じだ。すっごいいい感じなのが見えた。 I can't see my line below, so it's a little bit hard to tell where to start my bottom, but anyway, we'll go with that. Something like that.
いい。上手。いい。素晴らしい。このぐらいね、ボトムが大きく描ければ、はっきり描けてていいです、とっても。でもね、実際にはね、そこまではね、こんなにはっきりと違いがね、わからないお手本も結構多い。ユキ書いた方がいい？
そうだね。書いてください。I need to figure out what's wrong with chat. Because it's not updating. I have to refresh it if I want it to update. And it's something to do with moderation. I must have pressed a button. Oh, I'm holding down Alt on my keyboard over here automatically. Okay, I know what's wrong now. Thank you so much, Morbid Blessing. I'll keep practicing. I won't let you down, Sensei. I'm thankful and grateful for you both. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Okay, sorry, chat was not updating. Now I can go back up and like. Turns out if I hit Alt, I can moderate automatically in chat. Now I know what's going on. Thank you so much, Goshi. Appreciate that. Oshiete kurete arigatou gozaimasu. Thank you so much. I'm rating you, says Tokyo-san. Welcome to the stream, Tokyo-san. Look at this sexy man. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for stopping by, man. Appreciate that. Morbid, you've been improving so much as a lazy werebear. I agree. Just enjoy the journey. Thank you, lazy werebear, and supporting to me for the reasons Andy sometimes talks about in my favorite rants. I think that's a nice Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Raid time. 90-second elevator pitch go. Hi. Okay, yeah.
Hi.
So I could go a little bit bigger on my top part, eh?
私、 結構エクストリームにここいつも書いてるんですけど、なんていうの？
そっかね。
そういつもアンディはこういう風に書いてくれるんだけど、なんとなくそのストロークのスタイル的に、こっちにこういう風に入る感じがするんですけど、
好きなんだよね。
好きっていうか
そっちの方が
そうこういう風に書いてるような気がするんだよね。
なるほどね。
こうかな。
ありがとうございます。Thank you so much.
ありがとうございます。
I didn't know you could actually do raids in YouTube. I thought that was a Twitch thing. They must have added that. Although chat is still not updating for me. I don't know what's going on. I have no idea. Thank you so much, Cobra Bebop. Welcome to the stream. Is there a readily available accurate stroke diagram for brush style kanji? I haven't found a good source for when stroke should be harai or swept or stopped, etc. Generally, I tend to look at native kanji dictionaries. Not all of them, but a lot of them do have like strokes. So for example, if we were to pull this one up and type, we'll type, right. This is the pitch accent dictionary, but we'll come over to the kanji dictionary and we pull up like one of these for, this one, but I want kanji. So I have to delete that. So if we pull up the kids dictionary, a lot of times it will tell us like what to focus on. Like it'll say to make this longer, or it'll often tell me if it's harai or not. It doesn't always. A lot of these do not mention it, whether it's harai or not. So that doesn't answer your question, does it? I'm not actually sure if there's a good dictionary. I know we often share the kanji website. こっちだっけ? Yeah, this one. So if we take a look, Kanji Jiten online. It's this one. Whoa, that's the wrong computer. Hey, there's like a million of us showing up forever and ever and ever. So you get to look at this, and I pick a different camera. There we go. So Kanji Jiten online. If we were to take a look at this, I don't think this actually has. This actually has the whether or not it's harai or not. So it does have the strokes themselves. You can generally tell from like how they write them. Like this is obviously a stop, but it doesn't actually teach you that. So no, I'm not actually sure. If anyone has a tip for that, that would be cool. Recursive Andy. Yes. All right, so let's go ahead and have Yuki do the calligraphy version of dasu. As a little bonus word. And that'll be the last one before we jump into the quiz. You can do raids called redirects. You go into your live stream studio, go to the edit stream, go to customize stream, scroll down to direct, put in stream URL, then it raids after you end. Oh wow, that's pretty cool. I've done that with premieres before, but I didn't know that would show up like it did on a Twitch raid. Pretty cool. Unfortunately, the OBS chat window is not updating anymore, so that's kind of annoying. Inception. Right.
なんか結構このストロークは私だけなのかな、私の癖これ。
いやそんなことない。ここもデスクトップのイメージ見るとやっぱりちょっと入ってくるんだよね。
本当ちょっと入ってくる。
If we look at this, you can tell it's kind of coming in a little bit.
そうこの山みたいなこの左側のところはちょっとアングルズに入っていますよね。
And if you go into like the different types of forms, 総正体とか、you can tell it's definitely coming in a little bit like that.
真ん中のさ、真ん中の解消。
You can definitely tell it's angled in a bit.
本当。はい。
All right, let me give it a shot.
こんな感じ
OBS
ですかね。
chat sucks. You need to just take out the chat from the live stream audio page, then change the top left. Yeah. I've never had any troubles with the OBS one until today, but is what it is. All right, so let's see if I can do this one okay. I got a little thin there. It's unusual.
大丈夫です。
So you come in a little bit, eh?
いい。上手。
And you kind of come straight down. I got a little fat, but it is what it is.
Mm. いい。とってもいい感じ。
Could have come a little wider there, but yeah, it's okay. It's a little too tall for my liking, but I'll work on it. Brush pens are hard, man.
そうだね。ブラッシュペンもうやめる私たち。
いや、やめない。頑張ります。Let's go ahead and look at Montana Margot's出す.
はい。
Okay, you got nice and tall there. Okay.
上手だな。
It's still pretty good.
そうね。さっきのここのアングルの部分は全然 OK だよね、ここ。
そうだね。特に問題はないですね。その
もしかしてつなげてないそれはなことはないよね。
It looks a little bit like you've lifted your brush, like you went down once and then pulled it back over, but I think you probably did that in a single stroke. I know you look up the strokes before you do these. The one thing that I would suggest is making your bottom, it's not actually a mountain. It should be a mountain. It's not a mountain. That always annoys me. But you want to make this one a little bit wider than the top one. And maybe bring them a little bit closer together. But not a whole lot to add to that one, eh?
うん。そう。で全体的にはすっごく上手だと思うんだよね。
You've gotten much better at the brush pen. Impressive. Let's take a look at, oh, you're going to see all of our pictures.
あらら。
You now see that I do poke poke. All right, let's take a look at Alex's first.
はい。いやもう上手。アレックスも上手ですね。本当に。いいと思うんだよね。
Your entrances are excellent. Like your entry strokes are so nice.
まあ私、意識してるのはちょっとだけこのボトムの方のこことここの方が広いかな。
Generally speaking, you want your bottom to be a little bit wider than the top.
そう。
And you've got the same sizes here, so that can be a little. It doesn't have to be, but generally speaking, the bottom is always a little bit wider than the top, ne?
かな。
Dasu means to put something out, like to put out a new product or to put something outside, for example. You put something outside, or you enter something in a magazine or something like that. That's what it was in our Animal Crossing skit. Looks like Morbid Blessing has said he's done for tonight. We got a cat in there instead. Okay.
いいな。
So that was going to be our last Dasu. Dasu was a bonus one anyway, so I think it's time for us to go ahead and jump into the quiz for tonight with the new words we've learned from today. We've got all the new cards. It's 11 new words. I hope you guys are ready to jump into this. Let's see what our first word is. For those of you who are just visiting and have not joined a quiz with us before, how this works is we pop out a word, like this is one of the ones we did earlier, and you don't tell us how to read each kanji individually, but instead you give us the reading for the word. So for example, this would be oshogatsu, and you can write that in either hiragana, katakana, or romaji if you don't have a Japanese keyboard installed just yet. And then, yeah, we call out who's first. Well, no, we call out everyone, so I'm going to pick first. All right, I'm going to go with, there's some tricky ones in there. There's some English kanji. This one first. Bam. Okay.
見えてるの？
ちょっと見えてる。
ちょっと見えてる。
見えてた。選べてた。Fusion is confused. Oh, 早い. Lazy Werebear is in first place almost immediately, giving no one any time to even see the word because he's in the next room probably. Goshi is in second place. That is correct.
はい。
While everyone else is typing, I'm going to get something to drink. Montana Margot. Super close. Super close.
惜しい。ね。
Super close. Morbid Blessing. You got there in second place. Excellent job. Montana Margot. I know what you're trying to type there. To get the new, which I know is what you're going for, you need to type N-Y. N-Y. And that will get new. Super close. Super close. I imagine most people who participate in the quizzes have gone to bed already. So we're going to go ahead and leave it there for now. And see what the next word is. There's some tricky ones in here.
Hi.
So, hi. There's our next one.
Vase. Vase.
Vase, vase. I have no idea. I haven't said the word in English in so long.
あ、いい、早い。レイジーウェアレイジーウェア。
アレックス
アレックス1番。
はい。
ゴシ、惜しい。それはポシェットですね。バーズじゃないですね。
そうだね。Super close. Super close. That's a bag.
モービットブレッシング2番。
いや、
OK
モンテナ
だね。
マーゴ2番だろう。
ちょっと待って。あ、しまった。モンタナマーゴ2番、
はい
失礼しました。モンタナマーゴごめんね。モービットブレッシング3番。こちらも失礼しました。いいね。
Excellent job. I think we've only got 3 quizzers today. Let's go ahead and jump into the next one. はい。
これみんなわかるかなこれ今
We
日。
talked about this a little bit earlier. I guess it would start from here, eh?
ここから参加の人にはちょっと難しい。
Lazy Werebear, you got there. Excellent job. Lazy Werebear in first place with Morbid Blessing in second. Montana Margo.
素晴らしい。
Yes, that is correct. We'll give you that in third place. And lives fast, shreds faster, gets the actual kanji. We will give that to you as well in fourth place. Excellent job getting the counter wrong. Charlie Brown. Ah, yeah, that's good. That's good. Yeah, that is exactly what that looks like, actually. Goshi, you got there as well.
確かにチャーリー・
place.
ブ
It
ラ
does
ウ
look
ン
like
だ。
Charlie Brown.
チャーリー・ブラウンだね、本当に。
はい。
スヌーピーさんだ。はい。じゃーん。
Right, one of the ones we didn't specifically practice writing, but we did cover it a few times because we knew it would come up in the quiz.
はい。
By the way, you'll sometimes see this written without the D in the middle, but it's generally still written, read the same way.
はい。
はい。
あ、
this is
いいで
Yuki's.
すね。アレックス1番、ゴシ2番です。
Lazy Werebear 諦めた。
諦めた。モービットブレッシング3番、モンタナマーゴ、惜しいグです。
super close, yeah. You just
惜しい。うん。
That's the tricky part of
ちょ
this
ん
word,
ちょ
eh?
んがグです。
So. There you go. Nice job.
はい。4番、グッチのやつだよね。
So Gucci. So. That was our old story for it.
グッチ。
Using a Gucci bag to block the exit. I know what it means in Chinese for my kids' trip to China. Ah, okay. Yeah, you'll see that a lot.
お
We just had this word show up a moment ago. Everyone should be able to get this one, eh? Not how it's said in Chinese, but I know the sign. Yeah, because those are actually the Japanese readings of it, eh? New ko kana? Chinese is probably something closer to new ko.
わからないですよ。
Who knows? First place goes to the Lazy Werebear, who's super fast today. Goshi is in second with Montana Margo in third, and Morbid Blessing coming in fourth place. Nice job.
はい、みんないい感じですね。じゃじゃん。
じゃじゃん。
これね、ほんとバランスが難しい感じだよね。
It's a tough one to write.
はい。
Oh.
アレックス1番。ダイスだ。あ、ダスの。
そう
ダスの方だ。はい。アレックス1番、ゴシ2番。モンタナマーゴ3番。
あ、違う。
モービットブレッシング。
That is the one, but you got there in the end.
失礼しました。モービットブレッシング3番。モンタナマーゴ4番。サボトキ5番。
And there's the
そう。
the other word.
そう、same word.
That's a harder kanji to write, for sure.
ね。
Well, this one's pretty tough, though, even though it looks simple. Okay, legitimately, Alex's answers show up in chat before the card is even on screen, and I made sure to fast forward to make sure I'm up to speed. Yes, if you wanna get first place in this, you got to make sure to hit that live button down below.
So,
fast forward the live stream and see if you can get to the front. It's 9:15 p.m. I'm Punch, and about 2 hours of study ahead. Oh my goodness! Good luck, man. You got a lot. Just a couple days to the N4, eh?
そうか。お
Don't forget, in about 8 hours, maybe less, 7.5 hours, 7 hours, we'll be releasing a new tier list video. Every single grammar point from the N5. That might not help you for N4, but should be fun. www. Goshi, I want to give that to you. We might have to give you first place for that one. Lazy Werebear, not quite. Hiya. Oh, yeah. That's fast. Montana Margot, you're technically in first place with Goshi in second, though he's arguably in first place. Morbid Blessing is in third. And that's that one.
はい。いや、素晴らしいみんな。いい。そのフレキシビリティが大切ですね。
Lazy Werebear, you got there as well in
はい。
fourth place. Excellent job.
いくよ。
Tripped up. Not to be confused with flower. There you go. That's the one you wanted. これユキのだよね。
あ、そっか、私か。しまったわ。私、のんびりしちゃった。
ユキ寝た。
はい。アレックス1番。ゴーシー2番。モアビットレーシング3番。モンタナマゴ4番です。
Excellent job.
何この My stress comes out as humor. I grew up on
It's possible.
M-A.
Hey, lives faster, shreds faster gets there as well.
あ、本当だ。リブファースター、シュレッドファースターが5番です。5番かな ?1、2、
そうだと思います。
5番です。
I never really watched MASH. I've seen maybe 1 or 2 episodes.
MASH ってドラマの名前？
ドラマだっけ？
コメディー
だと思うね。
そうなんだ。
I think that's the one where they're all like on a deserted island or something, a shipwreck on a deserted island. I think that's MASH. Am I wrong? Hi. Lazy Werebear is in first place. Goban says live fresh. Yes, that is correct. Goshi is in second with Morbid Blessing in third. 映ってないのかな全部。
マジ？
見えないのかなみんな。結構ズームしなきゃいけなくなっちゃうんだけど。Ah, that's Gilligan's Island. Okay. The island is Gilligan's Island. Okay. American Army Surgical Unit during the Korean War. Okay. Yeah. That rings a bell. I was definitely talking about Gilligan's Island. Andy Sensei, konnichiwa, ALMO. Welcome to the stream. MASH's Korean War. Gotcha. Okay. See? I don't know anything about. I didn't have a TV when I was growing up. So. All right.
はい。イエーイ。ラーメンにさ、みんなさ、メンマ入ってるのかな
？When you guys eat ramen, I'm sure if you've ever eaten ramen, you've had menma in them. It's the thin little yellow thing that's kind of crunchy.
It's bamboo shoot だよね。
Baby bamboo.
はい。
はい。
お、アレックス1番。はい。ALMO さん。アルモさん2番。ゴッシー3番。モンタナマーゴ4番。
合ってる。
モービットレーシング5番。
はい。Menma is bamboo shoots that's eaten in ramen. It's like sliced up.
そう。なんかね、このラーメンに入ってるこういうなんかやつ。こういうのだよね。こういう。
Something like that, yeah. And it's yellow.
ないのかな？
赤ちゃんバンブー。
そう、赤ちゃんバンブーです。
Exactly. This is not 赤ちゃんバンブー. This is a rice field. Lazy. No, we can't give it to you. That's heater. Oh no, that's an extended bow, but super close. There we go. Oh, that is a bow, eh? Hi, Goshi is in first place with Morbid Blessing in second and Montana Margo in third. Lazy Werebear gets there in fourth place. ALMO, to type that out, you would have had to type it correctly. So yeah, you got fifth place there as well. It is indeed tambo, which is rice paddy.
いいですね。
The duttoned when it should have tud. Yes, indeed.
はい。じゃあラストワンだよ、私、これ。はい。
あら！
ちょっとスリッパリーだった。
Last word for today.
ちなみに、この You っていう字は、もう教えてあげるね。
To have. Or existence. And this is the first kanji in Yuki's name.
そう、これ、Yuki の You です。
はい。
はい。 5子が1番じゃない、
はい
5子1番、アレックス2番、アルモ3番、モービットブレッシング4番です。
はい。Excellent job.
いいですね。
はい。
そう。
On Tenemargo as well. Super close. That one is Ryu, but you want. N3 の漢字は復習してほしいです。そうですよね。
そうですね。
We'll get there. Next is N4.
そう、まだロングウェイトゴーですけど。
We finished the N4 kanji deck. We have that finished, but N3 kanji. We may approach the N3 kanji a little bit different. We'll talk more about what we're going to be doing for N4 when we get to lesson 26, which will be the last lesson in N5. We do have plans for that. N3 might be different, just because we might need a different approach for it. But we'll see. Yu Yu Guchi.
本当だね、悠々口だね、これ。
I don't know.
メイがさ、ほら、悠口だからさ。
Unfortunately, N3 will probably be after you're done with N3, Almo. It's going to take us a while. It's a lot of work to make these series. なんで、何？
悠々口だな。
ゆゆ口ね。はいはいはい。
はーい。
はい。あ、これが？
そう、だってさ、名前の名っていう字は悠口じゃん。
はいはいはい。確かに。はい、good job everyone. Thank you for hanging out today. I hope you learned a little something and had fun. I know we did.
ありがとうございます。
Tired, stressed, and silly. You'll get there, man. Don't worry about it. Just remember, as I always say, the N4 tests, we're adults now. So unlike when we were in school, passing a test does not determine whether or not we get to go up to the next grade or whether or not we get to keep our what do you call them? What do you call that thing that's not a loan that you get money for when you're in college? It's the same word in English. A scholarship. You're not going to lose your scholarship if you don't get the score you expect. The JLPT tests are just to sort of gauge where you're at. And if it's not the score you expect, then maybe you're not quite where you're at, or maybe you're just really nervous when you take tests. So you could add a few points. You probably would have done a little bit better if you were you liked taking tests. I tend to do okay on tests because I don't care about them. I use them as a gauge to see where I'm at. Like when I took the N1, Yuki was shocked, and I'm just like, oh, I gotta buy a pen, or I gotta buy a pencil. So I went to the Konbini on the walk to the test to buy a pencil. She's like, why aren't you prepared? I'm like, I'm not worried about it.
I'm worried about it.
She was more worried about it than me. That's just my approach to tests, and I know it's easier said than done, but they're not.
いるよね、たまにそういう人さ。
That's the kind of person I am. And that, that's not going to help you because you're not just going to become a completely different person all of a sudden. You're not going to be, suddenly I'm Andy. That would be weird. But just never forget, right? That it's not the end of the world if you don't get the score you're expecting. And instead just, trust the process and know that you've learned what you learned and you get to see if you remember when it comes up.
Very chill and take it easy だよね。
I want to pass N4, but I really don't think I will, but I'm not stressed because I don't need it for a job or college. It has no serious bearing on my future, just like Andy's saying. Yeah. And you might do better than you think. You never know. I failed N3 last December by one question. That's always a bummer, but still. What is the minimum passing score for N4? I have no idea. Still have my pencil box from last year. Nice. I'm the opposite. I'm a great taste tester and usually do better than what my actual level is, since usually the correct answer is there and I just have to pick it. That's true as well. That can be an issue with tests that have multiple choice. I believe it's above 60% in all categories, maybe 65. I think N1 is a little bit higher, but the other ones may be around there. Yeah. Thanks for the encouragement. I hope it helped a little. I cried when I failed. Not really, but inside I did.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Honestly, I stress and end up doing it better than I thought. That's always nice. Did you only take N1? No, I took N3 my first year. So I studied for about a year, a little less than a year. Then I took N3 and I passed that. I went hard though, so don't use me as a comparison. I went really hard my first year. And then a few years ago, I took M1. And that's it. That's all I've ever done. But yeah.
More 3 years ago?
Something like that, at least 3. I didn't use any textbook for N3.
Are using DS games to pass N1.
That's how I did N1. Yeah, I passed N1 with Nintendo 3DS, visual novels, and manga. That's all I studied. But I'd already been studying Japanese for a long time. For N3, I I had the grammar dictionary and I did a lot of italki lessons. So I was just talking and I was talking to people a lot and watching dramas. And I got a little bit tied up for a little while. So I think my teacher had me look at Genki 2 from like mid Genki 2 to get caught up on some of the more advanced stuff there. But that's about it, I think. And I used a bunch of Anki decks for vocabulary. I can't really remember though. It was a long time ago. I'm taking N5 on Sunday. I haven't studied a lot of kanji, but the 103 I know decently off recognition. Currently taking intermediate Japanese college courses. Advice, thoughts. Just relax and see what happens. There's nothing left to do. Only 3 or 4 days away. You'll probably be fine based on what it sounds like you've done. Like I said, in a couple hours, I'm going to be releasing a sort of a tier list for all of the N5 grammar. And in that tier list, as I rank the different grammar points, I also summarize them. So if you need a quick little review, that might help. That's coming out later today, probably tomorrow morning for most of you. Andy, if you're in Okinawa, it'll be tonight. Andy did a video on his journey through DS manga for N1. It's a fun one. Sorry I have fear about N5, sir. You'll be okay. Just see what happens. And if you don't get it the first time, you can always take it again. How to remember kanji vocabularies. Reading helps. You can watch through these videos. If you just go back to the beginning of this series, so the lessons, what is it? Lesson 20. How many lessons did we do now? 20 lessons? You'll have most of the words in kanji you need.
20
This is lesson 20.
20じゃない?
Why can't I switch to English? I can't switch to English, guys. Oh, well. Okay, so I'll just bring up my page. Share the desktop. Okay, so if you take a look at the website, you come down here to our kanji course.
Hi.
There's, like, if you just watch all those videos, you will have pretty much everything you need for the N5 kanji. And we teach vocabulary as well. If you skip the first 23 lessons, if you've, like, already know what they mean and stuff, and jump into the reading lessons, which start around here, you'll have all the words you need. And we give you stories and stuff on how to remember them, so that might help a little bit. And Mina no Nihongo for grammar refresh. Gotcha. I used italki too. What I did with an N4 video was I watched the 100 grammar points, the ones I wasn't solid on, I looked up in Boom Pro and made a custom deck for review. Nice. Writing helps a lot. Writing things down is better than many people. People are so used to phones and stuff nowadays, but they forget that we as humans have not had that stuff for thousands of years, which means we forget that people were still able to learn languages really, really well before. So some of the old stuff, like just literally writing stuff down, can help more than you think. And just talking to people, it actually works.
そうね、なんかさ、物が、発達しても、私は発達してないんだよね。その通り。Yuki said, even though things have like advanced, we as a species have not necessarily caught up with them. So sometimes like just doing it the old way, it works better than you think. Just literally reading. Yeah, writing, reading, talking. なんか効率エフィシェンシーは大事なんですけど、でも時間があればあれ repeating, writing なんか talking, remembering stuff は絶対やった方がいいよね。
It's important to be, it's nice to be efficient, but sometimes it's better to take your time with stuff. It sticks better. But anyway, that's what we have to say for today. It's time for us to go get some lunch. I hope you guys had a great time, and I hope you have a good JLPT for those of you who are taking it. Reading native material was the best study. Reading is really great for any language because it's one of the best ways to build vocabulary, even in your native language. Some people just have a hard time with reading, and there's nothing wrong with that. In that case, listening and watching things and talking to people also works excellent. If you never intend to read, reading is not necessary. I don't think it's absolutely necessary. But it is a really great way if you want to build vocabulary and reading skills fast. I did not read much to pass N3. I spoke. I spoke and I listened. I read almost nothing to pass N3 in 1 year. I want to really, really dive into that. I did study kanji. I studied kanji, and then I just talked and listened to people talking a lot, and I passed N3 in 1 year. So reading's great. but it's okay if you don't like to read. That's all. And I do like to read, but I didn't then.
私あんまり好きじゃないんですけど、
Yuki doesn't
で
like to
も
read, but
sometimes I
certain
read
types of reading she likes, yeah.
あ
Now
の
that's
kids book とかね。
I need to be clear, that's for N3. If you ever want to pass N1, you have to read. You have to be like really good at reading if you want to pass N1. So there's an exception there. But up until like conversational Japanese, that's like N3. You don't necessarily need to be really great at reading. Anything past that, and you're gonna have to really buckle down on reading. So that is what it is. Anyway.
はい。
All right, guys, thanks for hanging out.
ありがとうございます。
Next week's lesson 21. It's already available on the website, by the way. And the live stream is in 2 weeks.
そうです
Video
ね。
later. And don't forget that the new calendar for the 2016 ToKini Andy calendar and the winter wallpaper is now available on the website. So go ahead and check that out.
はい。まあもしね欲しい人はダウンロードしてください。
All right. We've been wanting to learn Japanese but have trouble finding time to actually. I basically don't know how to make the first step. So we're done for today on the live stream. So I'm not going to answer any more questions, but we do have a video on that. If you go to just click on my name down there and how I'd learn Japanese in 2025. It's one of the first videos that'll appear there. I go into exactly how I would start. So hopefully that will be helpful. Have a good day, everyone. We hope to see you next time.
ね。
はい。じゃあ、せーの。
また次のビデオで会いましょうね。
はい。See you later, everyone. Thank you.
ありがとうございました。
バイバイ。
バイバイ。おはよう。
早いよ。
ごめん。今日は忙しい。忙しい。
そうなの？
まず竹を切る。そして草が長いから草刈りをする。次は花を取る。
なんで？
花瓶に入れるから。
なんで？
入り口に置くから。
そっか。
そして田んぼで働く。
本当に忙しいね。起きる。
次の日、ここに入力して。
何を？
名前を。
なんで？
ガーデン雑誌に私たちの庭を出す。
なんで？
私たちの庭がきれいだから。
有名になりたくないよ。
アンディは有名にならないよ。庭が有名になる。